It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this week's episode of the Brilliant Idiots is sponsored by Acer. Now, look, to be the best, you need the best, all right? Enter the Predator Halos 300. All right, a gaming laptop that takes power to an all-new level, equipped with a 7th-generation Intel Core processor, an Aerial Blade 3D fan. Discover the VR-ready Predator Helios 300 today. All right, go to Acer.com, click on store, and enter coupon code BRILLIANT at checkout to receive 10% off, plus free ground shipping on a Predator Helios 300 laptop, including already discounted models. Offer valid through April 30th, 2018, and limited to one per qualified order. Let me spell Helios. It's Helios. The reason I'm spelling it, because I'm not sure if I'm quite pronouncing it right, all right?
You close.
Helios.
Helios.
Helios. Salute to Helios. What Mexican is going to name their son Helios after hearing this? Helios Hernandez. Salute to Acer, though. Now let's start the show.
Well, today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace. Can't forget Squarespace. Once you get that laptop, you can make your own website, and it's made easy when you turn your idea into a unique website. Okay, you customize your new site from the front to the back. You get the feel, the settings, the products, and there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Let's get the show started.
Yo, salute to Squarespace, too. I saw Squarespace on my American Express card the other day, and I was like, why the hell do I have a Squarespace charge on my American Express card? And then I forgot that my website is actually through Squarespace.
Wow.
Yeah, seethegodworld.com, seethegodbook.com. So I'm out here living my raps.
Damn, bro.
All right?
Damn, bro.
I'm living my raps.
I need to switch my shit.
Now, where do we begin this week, man?
Explain to me why certain people need permission to go to certain cities, or why do rappers need permission? Like, I go to Los Angeles all the time. I go to Houston all the time. I go to Miami or whatever like that, and I'm not asking permission for anybody to go.
Checking in.
Yeah, well, I'm not checking in.
Yes.
I don't check in.
Neither do I. And the reason I don't check in is because I'm not a rapper and I'm not a gang member. I am a radio personality. I do a little acting. I executive produce television shows. I'm an author. I write books. I'm not part of that lifestyle. So and I love LA, okay? I don't know about all of these I don't know about all of these other dudes who like to disrespect LA and act like LA still ain't LA. Because LA is still LA.
So they're disrespecting LA.
Yes.
So what happens? It's once you talk about LA, the gangs feel like it's their responsibility to defend LA because they were born there against their will.
Well, I think it's a respect thing too when it comes to the checking in. And I'm not the guru on checking in. I'm just saying that if you are a rapper or somebody in the industry and you're a part of a gang or you're a part of a set, or even if you just want to roam through the streets of LA, meaning like you want to go to the clubs, you want to go to the strip club, you want to go to the hood to do a video shoot or something. I don't know. You just want to connect with the streets. You would check in with the people who are heavy in the streets out there. I think that the disrespect comes into play when you see some people and they may disrespect a set in LA, or they may disrespect a gang faction in LA, meaning the Bloods or the Crips. Right. When they do that, then you got to check in or things could end up being bad for you.
Hypothetical. Let's say you're in a gang, you're involved in a gang here in New York.
Yeah.
And you've never said anything bad about Los Angeles at all. You're like, I'm excited to go perform for my fans out there. Like, I've always wanted to go to L.A. But you are in the gang and you are a rapper in New York.
Yeah.
But never badmouthed L.A. Do you still need to check in when you go in L.A.? Go to L.A.?
I don't know. That's a good
Do you
question.
only need to check in if you talk shit? And if you do talk shit, then what is checking in going to do? Hey, I talked a lot of shit about you, but by the way, guys, I'm going to come. I just want to make sure it's, lollipops and gumdrops when I'm out there.
I think checking in has a negative connotation. And the reason I think checking in has a negative connotation, because I think people feel like when you're checking in, like you're pussy or you're like bowing down to somebody or you're giving somebody power over you. I just think it's cool. Like when I got people I check in with when I go to LA, but I'm not checking in because I need protection. I'm checking in because these are my folks. I want to know what's good, what's cracking.
If you didn't check in, would it be a liability?
What do you mean?
Like if you didn't check in with your people out there?
I don't even know. I don't know where to punch my card when I go.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been going to LA for over a decade. Yeah. I don't know where to punch my card. I don't know who to.
You're doing it because you want to get dinner. You're doing it because you want a recommendation.
What's the new restaurant? What's the new restaurant? My man Glasses Malone, where we at? Yeah. Glasses Malone, I remember 10 years ago, he picked me up and we went to eat at a Denny's and like watch. Cause that's
Maybe
where
you got to
from.
check in with some other folks.
But
Okay,
oh my
get
guys.
another restaurant recommendation.
I don't think it's
Come on,
no-
glasses.
But I don't,
Come on, glasses.
I don't think there's anything wrong with networking. I don't think there's anything wrong with building relationships. I want those wherever I go.
Right.
I can go to Anguilla and my people's out there. I guess you can call that checking in when I land in Anguilla. Yo, Shaq, I'm here.
But it's
Delicia,
not
I'm here.
mandatory. If you just want to
Yeah.
go to the beach, kick your shoes off, and relax, it's not like some Anguillans would come up to you like, yo, Charlamagne, you didn't check in. We're going to need some money or we're going to have to beat you up.
I guess it is a beef thing. I guess when you are portraying a certain image and, you know, you giving off this gangster persona, you know, this gangster energy, this tough persona, this tough energy. I guess that when you do go to these places, you do got to connect in with the other people who are tough. I don't know.
So when you subscribe to this gang life, there's taxation with it.
Oh, it's a lot of people getting extorted. Oh, yeah. But they're getting extorted because they need the protection. Some people need the protection. Some people want to make sure when they go out to some place like L.A. and they running through the streets and they in these clubs and whatever that they good, that they not going to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Because if you see me with somebody, if I'm standing next to somebody that you know is that guy out there in L.A. and he's like, no, you good, then that means I'm good. Then that means I can wear my jewelry, you know what I'm saying, and drive whatever car I want and keep this persona going. That's what I think.
But it's only if you're in hip hop. Like, for example, some wealthy hedge fund guy from New York City goes to L.A. He doesn't have to check in. He wears his jewelry. He drives his nice cars.
We
He
don't
goes
know how
to
them
the
hedge
same
fund
clubs.
guys do it. You might have to check in. You pull up at the wrong corporate building, you get touched. I don't fucking know. I mean, listen, you know what? It's interesting though, because I mean, athletes have gotten caught up in that shit too. Like athletes, like it's certain athletes who.
But athletes have to travel for a living. You got to check in
No,
every single city.
I don't
you go
mean
to.
like that. I mean like when they're out and about and they just decide y'all want to go to a club tonight or something like that. They connect with the right people because athletes get robbed and shit too. I think that's what it all boils down to. If you're going to be in the street and you're going to be living that LA life and you want a certain level of protection, you want to make sure you good, you check in with who you need to check in
But
with. to make sure you're
it
good.
doesn't happen to white people. That's what I'm basically trying to say.
I don't know.
Why don't white people have to check in? Why don't we have to check in?
I'm sure Lil Xan has to check in when he goes to LA.
Is
after
Lil
making
Xan
those
white?
disrespectful comments to Tupac. He's definitely white.
I thought he was one of those really
Oh, you know
pale
what?
Mexicans.
Yeah, I think he's Mexican. Because his name's Diego or something like that, his real name.
Yeah, that's definitely not
Yeah,
white.
because Tekashi 69 is Mexican and Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they not white. They're Mexican. Man, I don't fucking know. I know I'm too old for all this shit. And by the way,
Just curious.
I don't want to live
Should
this.
I be checking in. I got to call glasses next time I go to L.A.
The thing that gets me about these kids is the fact that they don't realize how good life is when you get older. Like they have no idea, and a lot of them will never even know what it feels like because they may not make it.
Right, yeah. All
You know
their
what I'm
friends died before they were older, so they have no good examples.
Don't hitch your wagon to youth. Don't hitch your wagon to money. Because all that shit is fleeting.
Yeah.
All that shit comes and goes. If you hit your wagon to money, guess what? It's always somebody with more money than you.
Yeah.
So
it's
if you live and die by your dollar, like if your dollar defines you,
Yeah.
if this is what makes you feel like you the shit, then it's always somebody better than
So
you.
what do you hitch your wagon to?
God, perspective, life, knowledge, wisdom, education, happiness. You know what I mean? And by the way, happiness is subjective. You know what I mean?
That
Everybody
is.
has different ways of how they choose to be happy, of what makes them happy, how they feel happy. But I would rather hitch my wagon to things that have substance, things that are going to outlast me far from now. I was talking to Brian Houston, head of Hillsong
Yeah. Shouts to Hillsong.
from Australia.
I got to go to Hillsong.
They're from Australia?
The founder of Hillsong Australia, they ball. They got campuses and all kind of shit over there. But Hillsong in America don't even got a fucking building.
Does he have to check in?
He's got that right. He got to hit call links and make sure he's good in these motherfucking streets. You see him walking through these streets in New
Carl,
York.
can I pull up to New York?
Word up.
Yeah, you got it. Sing some songs.
You see Brian Houston walking through the streets of New York with a bunch of dudes in leather and jeans. No matter what the season is, just know he's checked in with
Yo,
call
is that One
links.
Direction? No, that's Hillsong. They good. They good. Pull up, fam. Pull up. You straight.
But he was talking about like things. Well, not things, but I think Angela Lee brought up a question about things and when you're reaching your full potential. I think a lot of times in life we talk about full potential and we think full potential is attached to materialistic shit. You know what I'm saying? How much money you can acquire, what cars you drive, your jewelry, all that. That's materialistic shit. I feel like, when you reach your full potential is when you're in a position to really be of service to others. Now, mind you, everybody can be of service to others in whatever way. You know what I mean? Like you can, if you got $10 in your pocket and this person has zero, and you get this person $3, $4 to go get something off the dollar menu at McDonald's, you're being of service.
Donate
you know what
your
I'm saying?
time,
Donate your
volunteer,
time.
charity,
There's
yeah.
all kind of ways.
Yeah.
But when you LeBron or you the head of some hedge fund and you really got that bread,
Right.
you can be of service in a whole different way.
Okay.
And to me, that's what I feel like people are blessed with talents and abilities for. I feel like they're blessed with talents and abilities, so when they get in these positions, they can really be of service to others. I think I've told y'all this story before, but I remember meeting a medium one time. His name was Tanner Hoy. And Tanner Hoy told me that this was like 12, 13 years ago when I was working with Wendy, and he was like, it's like '07. He was like, you're going to achieve a lot of your goals relatively easy, but just remember when you get to where you're going, you're here to deliver a message. And so that always stayed in the back of my mind because, even Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, when you study his power of intention, he says that, you realize your true purpose in life, and your true purpose in life is service to others. So that's always how I strive to move. Like none of this shit means nothing if I can't help somebody.
What is that message? Do you know it yet? Are you still figuring it out?
I think you're still figuring it out. I think it changes all of the time.
No, for you, I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it changes all of the time. I don't know.
So
if
it's evolved. There's maybe multiple messages that you're giving.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like super deep. Like remember how we was having the conversation on the group chat the other day about religion? And I was like, we complicating this whole thing way too much. I feel like when they tell you in kindergarten, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
I really think it's just that simple. Cause imagine if karma came back to you instantly based off the way you treat people. I mean, immediate. Like if you were fucked up to somebody and something fucked up happens to you. Or if you're nice to somebody, then immediately something nice happens to you.
Well, I think that it does.
Immediate?
I think immediate. It's emotional. So when you're
I see what you're saying.
When you're fucked up, you feel guilt.
Yeah.
You feel shame because of your actions. There are a small subset of people, which we jokingly say that you might be included in, which are sociopaths. They don't feel like pain and emotional guilt. But I think the majority of us do something wrong, we steal, etc., and then we feel really bad. And I think that's why a lot of these guys that break a law all the time, they have drug addictions, right? It's like their way of coping with this fucked up lifestyle that they're going through. They know on some level it's wrong. Like look at these, even you go for everywhere from like gang members to like Wall Street dudes. They're all using some sort of. Those Wall Street dudes are coked up out of their mind.
They know they're getting over on people.
On some level, they have that emotional karma. So maybe it's not like you do something good and you find $20, but maybe you give back, like you were saying, and your heart is kind of filled up. As pussy as that sounds, like you help somebody, you see somebody genuinely feel good.
You do feel that immediately.
Fucking immediately. There's like a little kick.
It's nothing that gives you a better rush. I love it. Okay. Only time I don't love it is when people that I grew up with from South Carolina who I know aren't really doing what they need to be doing.
Okay.
See, you can ask me for anything if I see you, if I know that you either really need it, like really need it, like somebody down on their luck, poor and disenfranchised, I can help my brother or sister out, I got you. Or if I know that you're somebody with like really immense talent and I see you working and I see you hustling all the time, right?
Right.
But a motherfucker that got 2 arms like I do, 2 legs like I do, perfect brain function, but you just sitting around waiting for handouts, that bothers me. Even though I still may help you because it eats me up on the inside because I know I got it. So I kind of feel like this is like test from the universe. Like, you know you got it. You know you got it. So if I go buy a TV or something, it was $2,000-$3,000, like, damn, I could have just gave that to such and such. You know what I mean?
But what is that saying? Faith without works
is dead.
So maybe that's your way of applying that to other people. It's like you're seeing somebody who has 2 arms, 2 legs, but they're not doing works. So I'm put in this position, maybe by God, maybe by whoever, to help you.
Yes.
But dog, do the work.
And I'm trying to save me some money.
Facts.
Because I know that if you don't change your ways, you're just going to be back here in a couple months asking me for more motherfucking
Teach a man
bread.
how to fish.
That's it.
Yeah.
And by the way, I would rather do that. And I tell a lot of my people that, why don't you go look to start some type of business that maybe I can invest in with you. And I would rather do that than just give you bread.
What is it that stops people from getting there?
As far as what?
Like, what is it that stops them from going, hey, let me present this business idea from Charlemagne, or let me put this work in, let me
because to me, if you want to ask me, I think it's because they're really not trying. Right. They're really not trying.
And why? Why is it that? Do you think they're like so broken and insecure that they don't feel like they can do something great?
I think it's a big pity party going on.
So then how do we build up people's self-esteem so they feel like they can start a business, or they feel like you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get to the real root of the issue?
I think when you're conditioned not to work, you're not going to work. Because I tell all the interns, like, when I used to be an intern, I would just find something to do.
Yeah.
I'm even like that at home now. Like, I either want to really relax and sleep, or I got to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm up, I got a book to finish. Like, my second book coming out, you know what I mean? I'm working on this scripted show. I got to, send ideas to my writers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got shit to do. I'm always constantly looking for something to do. I got to get up and go to the gym, do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Like, I always feel like I'm on sativa. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. Like, I got to do something. Those people don't feel that way. Oh, Taylor, come here. Get on the microphone. The reason I brought Taylor in here, because you said something just now that made me think about something, because we talk about immediate reaction.
Yeah.
And, like, if you do something nice for somebody, then you feel like you feel it. Like, oh, I did
There's an
something
emotional karma that you get.
But sometimes you might throw some energy out there, and it's fucked up.
And you get that emotional
You get that back.
karma,
I got that the other day, and I apologize to Taylor.
Hold on.
She don't even
You
remember.
have feelings?
Shut up.
This is a magical moment on the podcast. Solomon felt a negative emotion or sensation. Taylor, tell us what happened. This is miraculous.
I don't know.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
The topic?
Yes.
Talking to the microphone.
Okay, well, he wanted to do, it was Alien Abduction Day.
It was National Alien Abduction Day.
Okay.
All right? And me, as a person who's been abducted by aliens a couple times, I'm like, we need to motherfucking be talking about National Alien Abduction Day. So the people in the room go, everybody, by the way, everybody in the room, Envy, Angela, Eddie, Daniel, Taylor, they like, what would be the question? What do you mean, what would be the question? Has anyone ever been abducted by aliens?
Okay.
And I'm here for you because I'm not alone. Now, Taylor, go.
All right, so I was questioned by, because I had to answer the phone calls.
Yeah.
So
Everybody else in the room is pussy, so they go to Taylor because they know Taylor will come to me. You know what I mean? That's why I fuck with Taylor. All right, everybody else in the room is pussy. Okay, go.
So I went to Charlamagne and asked him, so you really want to do, a question about...
After somebody came to you. I know somebody came to you.
Yeah.
I know. Which so by the way, I'm already hot. Has nothing to do with Taylor. I'm already hot from this situation because I knew one of these men in this room didn't want to say it to me, so they went to the young 25-year-old girl who they from Philly, who fucks niggas with beards on the daily, who don't bite her tongue, would come to me and say it to me. Okay.
So I asked him about it, and to me, I felt like you came to me in a rude way because I'm asking you, like, what will be the question? Because I said, I have to answer the phone call, so I don't like it to be like one-sided. Where like, no, I never had. Like, I knew people were gonna call in, but I didn't know how the answers were gonna be.
And it had nothing to do with Taylor. It had to do with the fact that the guys were in the room while Taylor was saying this to me. So I start talking to her, talking to them. You know what I mean? See, this is the problem with motherfuckers. They got simple minds and they're basic. This is fucking radio, okay? I want some crazy wild shit on the air. Yes, I've been abducted by aliens. I want to talk about it. You think Elvis talking about getting abducted by aliens? No, because he's never been. This girl called and was like, yo, I have been abducted by aliens. She was like, the craziest thing was the alien looked just like my next door neighbor Tyrone. And she was like, her spaceship looked like Tyrone's car.
Yep.
And when he took me in the spaceship, it looked like Tyrone's living room. I got anal pro.
Yeah, that's me too.
Is that not great content?
That's me.
But is that not great content?
Yeah, you just gave a great excuse.
So what pissed me off?
It's not gay if it's E.T.
That finger, that little red finger, that shit
coming out brown. That went in red, but it coming out with some doo-doo.
No, the finger starts brown, turns red, goes in the ass, and comes out brown again. Holy
The
shit.
cycle of life. What's up, Taylor?
But
this is radio.
But that was the other thing, and going to therapy, I'm learning to like figure out why I was upset. Number one, I was upset because they sent Taylor to talk to me.
Sure, you would rather them address you
themselves. I hate that. We're a team. If you can't talk to me, you can't be on my motherfucking team. I don't give a fuck who you think I am. I don't give a fuck how you think I'm gonna react. If you can't tell me, bro, I think this shit is stupid, I don't want you around me.
Yeah.
Honestly. The second reason I got upset is because I was really like, why are you gonna question me about content?
So you took it as an
insult.
An insult to...
Listen, by the way, not saying that every topic I have is so great.
Right.
All I'm saying is today is National Alien Abduction Day.
Yeah.
All right? If you got a man on your show that's been abducted by aliens and is willing to talk about it, all right? We need to talk about it and open up the phone lines for other people who have been abducted by aliens. You are not alone.
So then what's the best way to disagree with you about a creative topic?
At least tell me it sucked. Taylor does it all the time. We talk.
But isn't that what you got upset at her for telling you it sucks?
I wasn't even mad at Taylor. That's my point.
Ah, okay.
I directed all this negative energy to Taylor, and it had nothing to do with her. It had to do with the fact that I know somebody else came to her to talk to me, and then it had to do with the fact that means these people are questioning me when it comes to content.
And it's annoying.
Annoying as fuck.
It's annoying as fuck because it's like, what the fuck do you know about content? I go through this all the time. But at the same time, you need to create an environment where somebody could disagree, right?
I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know what I do that makes them feel like they can't disagree with me. What is it, Taylor, do you think?
I don't know.
Talking to the microphone. You're on radio every single day.
Sorry. I mean, the reason why I would say, because to me, I feel like I do a good job as a producer and try to make up stuff.
do.
So that's why I got upset, because you felt like talking down to me like I wasn't doing my part.
Had nothing to do with you.
Chris,
But I
can
understand why
you
feel that
slide
way.
out of the way so she can both talk into the microphone and look
You
at
think
Charlamagne?
people are afraid to talk to me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you come with like, you have a I don't give a fuck energy. So like, and you'll talk like whatever comes out your mouth and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't like controversy.
We men.
But I'm just saying.
I can't call you pussy.
Yeah, I think you can call me pussy.
Yeah, you can call me pussy like we.
I know, but a lot of people don't know how to react. Like, it's just how you react at times.
That's why I work better with women. I'll be honest with you. I work better with women, yo. I can work with women. A lot of guys have problems with working with women. I'm not one of those guys.
But at the same time, too, though, I'm not a passive woman either, though.
But that's what I like. I need energy, man. I need to know everybody cares.
Here's the thing. With men, there's always a little bit of ego.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like talking to managers right now, and I spoke to my agent who was gonna facilitate it, and I was like, yo, let's talk to some women. He's like, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea, because one of my agents is a woman. I get along with her amazingly, and with men, there's a little, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the testosterone. Maybe it's like years of evolution, but there's this little bit of, oh, you disagree with me? Are you saying I'm dumb? And we just need to like ram heads like these two fucking
But that's
animals.
how I am, though.
Yeah, but with women, it's different. There's not this, are you trying to take all my ladies?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you disagree with me, it's like, okay, you disagree with me. You're not trying to fuck all my women.
Yeah.
There's something biologically in us when we disagree, we fight till tooth and nail. But if I disagree with the girl, it's like, okay,
Boom.
what's your point?
What you said makes a lot of sense. I think with men, if a man
it's competition.
if a man feels like I disagree with him, he thinks I disagree with him because I don't respect him.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea at the time.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Like, it's that alpha shit. Like, he think he's an alpha male and I'm not. That's why he don't respect my idea. It has nothing to do with that. If you got a good idea, you got a good fucking idea.
That's it.
I just want some ideas presented to the table. The reason I like working with women is because I like when I say some wild shit, because I might get in my feelings or be feeling away, and then a motherfucker bring me back down to reality. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to. All right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, okay, you know what?
It's
You're
also
right.
it's also a good energy, because like when you're working with women, it's easy to be with a bunch of dudes and go off the rails, because we don't have that same sensitivity, right? But it's when you're pitching ideas to women or you're talking to women in the creative space, you're testing it against the actual people you're going to be talking to. 50%, 60% of the people that are going to be hearing what you say are going to be women.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
you're
And if you're bugging out with your boys, like our group chat is not going to fly in female
Nope,
circles.
I delete that shit every day.
Bye.
It's over for us if the group chat ever gets out. If the group chat ever gets out, it's over. We might as well bring it to the podcast and show motherfuckers how sick we really
We're going
are.
to drop it before Putin gets it. We're not going to let these
I'm
Russians
serious.
take our shit down.
I'm serious.
So I think there is something to that, man. Working with women is very healthy.
I like working with women. I like creating with women. I would rather have a whole team of women. I've never had that problem. I know I've never.
Also, women support better.
Absolutely.
As long as they don't have a baby. Once they get a baby,
What?
once women get a baby, their whole life is about that baby.
I love women with babies.
I know,
That's when they really become animals. Monsters.
Yo, seriously?
We want life.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like women don't tap their, and this is what makes me sad sometimes when women are like, I don't want kids. You don't tap like your true beast as a woman until you have a kid, because you start realizing what you could go through. Like, I talk to my friends that are new moms, and they're like, yeah, I didn't know that I could just not sleep more than 2 hours for a year. But after you don't sleep more than 2 hours for a year, or whatever, 6 months, 8 months, whatever it is, it's just like, oh, I'm a little tired today. Like, you don't know what tired is nothing to you anymore.
Yeah, and plus
that's a tiny obstacle.
Yeah, and plus women are already loving, nurturing people, right? But when they have kids, They really realize what love is. So they now when they love you, when they say they love you, it's a different level.
Yeah, like grandma love.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
shit.
or like Anita, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like I come here every morning and she's happy. She's, it's
Boom.
like you need kids to tap into that source, you know?
But we're talking about kids though.
We're talking, men are talking, please. No.
Yo, do not-
That's the other good thing about working with women. You just tell them to shut up,
Why would I talk
whatever.
to a woman about kids? What, Taylor, what is wrong with Taylor? Are you serious? Why would I talk to a woman about kids?
I was gonna say when it comes to kids and women, when you said you don't like when women say that they don't want kids and stuff like that, a lot of it has to do. This is a whole other situation. But a lot of it has to do with they don't want to have kids with just randomly with some random person.
Well, stop fucking random people. I tell y'all this all the time.
No, because look,
Just 'cause the guy got a beard.
My sister, she's very into her work, like career driven all the time, and
What does
she
she
never
do?
expressed. She's a principal. She never expressed.
She's just around too many kids to want them. You're around all these badass kids all day. You're like, I don't want one of these
before,
motherfuckers.
she never expressed like how much she wanted kids until she started dating a guy and then started realizing like she wants to have a future and all that stuff with him. But that all has to come with like relationships and stuff like that. You can't.
Is she
I don't
pregnant
know.
now?
Yeah, she's pregnant now.
From the guy?
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. Did he want a kid?
He already has a kid, so yeah.
So he
What does that
wanted
mean?
one with her?
Hold on. What does that mean? He
Well,
already had it.
I'm just saying he has a kid, but yes, they.
I've had girls that have wanted to have babies with me. Well, they've wanted to have babies, and they happen to be fucking me at the time.
Yeah.
But
Which is usually the case.
yeah. But that can't work.
Yeah.
I'm married.
Yeah.
This is back in the day when I was, still adjusting to this marriage.
Yeah. When you had 3 different color rings.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlamagne had mood rings for his fidelity.
That's it. Right.
If the black one was on,
I feel like cheating today.
babe, give me the gold one. I'm trying to be faithful.
The gold one means I'm faithful.
The black one.
Black one means, hey man,
Hey, it's Dark Spider-Man.
Anything can happen.
I got some venom in me.
Wear the black one out of town. But no, all jokes aside, women, they're natural. Y'all are childbearers, so y'all want kids sometimes. So I don't think men have that desire. I don't have that desire. Like I want to go get somebody pregnant.
Nah, we want to make kids.
Do you? I've never had the desire. You do?
Not when we fuck.
No. I've never thought about making none of my children.
Yeah.
No.
No. But like meaning like the act of sex is hardwired into like making kids. That's why we're doing it. Yeah, but you never like fucking a girl and you're like you don't have a condom on and you're like I want to leave this in.
No. And if I do, and by the way, if I do say I want to shoot your club up, it's not to get you pregnant.
Shit.
You know who fucked me up with that? Daz Dillinger.
Who?
On the Dog Pound album, Daz and Corrupt.
Yeah.
Because they got this song called Bomb Ass Pussy.
Yeah.
And he's fucking the girl and he's like, ooh, I'm a nut in you. I'm like, wow, what is it?
I'm a bust nut in your mother.
And I was like, why? What's the feeling about nutting in a woman? Why do you just want to nut in her?
They like hearing that shit. It turns them on.
Yeah, until you fuck around and do it, and then you're pregnant, and you're like, fuck that.
This girl, I forget her name. I wish her name. She was a comic. She had a funny ass joke. She was like, this guy was having sex with me, and he didn't want to pull out. He just said, yo, can I just give you the $50 for Plan B? And she said, yeah. She goes, yeah, because I was already on birth control. That's profit.
By the way, back in the day, listen, and I'm not even gonna say back in the day. Don't tell a man you on birth control, because when you tell me you on birth control,
I'm leaving the first one in.
I can fuck you with no condom and nothing.
When you say you're on birth control, that you're basically saying, please come at me.
That's what I was.
It's not.
It is.
Yes,
That's what
how
you're
young
saying.
niggas hear that shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when I was
We
young,
translate
that's
it.
how I heard it.
Yeah, put that shit in Google Translate, see what comes out. Yeah, for
Word is
real,
on.
bust off. That's what it comes out as, bust off.
Because why are you telling me that?
Yeah.
If you telling me you on birth control, that means A, you don't want me to wear a condom, and B, you want me to nut in you because you like the way that warm shit feels in your gut.
Yeah. Walk to the bathroom, but hold it on the way so don't get on my carpet.
That's the illest shit.
Yeah,
right?
honestly, I tell girls that when they walk to the bathroom, I'm like, yo, hold you. I got a new fucking rug. Please, hold your shit. It's going to leak.
It was a point in my life where I thought my sperm was mad weak.
Why?
Because I'd like shoot off and then like it come right back out. I'm serious. I'm like, you weak ass sperm niggas. You learn to swim, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
This shit coming out paralyzed like this in the
Why
wheelchair.
you popping back out? But the moral of the story is, Taylor, I apologize for snapping at you the other day. I already did, but
Yeah, I forgive you.
But you got an on-air apology.
no, because you made me think about it.
Yeah.
Because when you do something nice to somebody in the moment, you feel it right back. But when you do something
Yeah.
that's is fucked up,
Yeah.
you feel it right back. And that's what I was saying. Like, if we lived in a world where immediate karma would come back to you, that golden rule they teach you, treat people the way you want to be treated. If you lived in a world where that immediate karma would come back to you, it would be no need for religion. Wouldn't be no need for none of that. We would know how to treat people because we wouldn't want to be treated in a fucked up manner.
Yeah, maybe religion is only for like the 5% of society that just doesn't get it.
I mean, yeah, some people need laws, they need rules.
Right, but like, I don't think that many people were banging their sister. That many people were, just murdering people, etc. You think a lot of people were fucking sister pussy?
Man, go to Florida right now. I seen the video the other day. Duval posted a video the other day.
Do you know how this fire started?
Yes, I do. It was because of my cousin. And I don't want to mention no names.
Your cousin.
Yes.
And you say you think your cousin started this. Do you know how or why?
He's mad because he can't get with me. I'm married to my husband. And it's a long story. Just to make it short. Yeah. He already put him in a hospital once last month. And he figured he's going to do something else to get back.
Y'all like, what the fuck is going on in this video? All I'm saying is people still fucking each other that are family.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I don't know. I was having
Taylor gang.
Yo,
Appreciate
Taylor,
you.
thank you. What's your
Appreciate you.
purpose?
Who, Taylor?
No, yours.
Oh. I was like, damn, was she that trash on the podcast? I was like, what? My purpose. I think my purpose is service to others. That's what I feel like. That's what I genuinely feel like my purpose is.
So then why do you get up every day and do radio? And do TV and do
that's a
all
service.
these things. It's service to others through like the medium of entertainment.
That's a service. I mean, that's a service. I get up every day, and that's why I try to be. I'm very cognizant of what I do with the platform nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like I take that. I'm not with that. Like how everybody be saying trolling and what the new term that's coined is strategic marketing. Like I ain't with that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with none of those games.
Right.
Like what you see is what you get with me. I'm not an expert at anything. I don't claim to be. I just got some experiences. And when I know that people are smarter than me and they have something to say and they have something that can better the world and help people better themselves, I'm going to give them access to that platform.
Yeah.
Period. So I feel like my purpose is service to others. That's it.
Via this entertainment vehicle.
Yeah.
I just had this like weird, almost existential crisis this week, man.
Talk to me.
I just got too deep down the rabbit hole, like
Of
thinking about why we're here. Is there a purpose to this stuff? And
Somebody missed their therapist appointment last week.
son, I needed it. Sometimes you just need to get it out and feel normal, right? But
Okay.
I had this. So we discussed it even on the group chat a little bit. This idea, and I'm sure you've read about it, about how like maybe human beings were a simulation of a much more like intelligent life form, right? Just like in a video game, you play Call of Duty, there's all these characters in the game. So like what if we're those characters in the game, right? And there's an alien form who could be God or whatever. And I started tethering it to religion. And I go, well, maybe, because all these religions say pretty much the same thing, right? And I was like, well, maybe the way to game the system that we're in is to follow these rules that this higher life form rewards. So if you do treat people better, or treat people nicely, do charity, et cetera, service to others, love thyself, all these rules, all these commandments. Like maybe if we do these things, then we live better lives and happier lives, right?
I don't know if that's true, but I think that's a great way to live.
Now, here's the thing. If I don't buy into the heaven theory and I'm just like, oh, that's the best way to have a happier life, but is there any purpose to this? What's the whole thing? And I got down this rabbit hole of purpose. And I'm like, do I have to create my own purpose? Do I have to lie to myself? Like on some level, LeBron James has said, my purpose is to be a great basketball player. But
No,
like,
he hasn't.
okay.
Look a little deeper. Remember they asked him a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, they asked him, what's his purpose? He was like, yo, I'm here, I'm bigger than basketball. He basically was saying like, I'm here to be a good person. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I want to help people.
Sure, but he spends 80% of his day being good at basketball, and 20%, being a father and husband.
Oh, I mean, when you're worth, $500 million, 20% is a lot. If I'm giving 20% of $500 million,
It might be.
That's a lot.
But the majority of the focus on this basketball thing, and I'm not knocking it,
Yeah.
but on some level, it's like maybe I need to convince myself of my purpose, even if it is a lie. Maybe you buy into the lie.
Yeah, because basketball couldn't be LeBron's purpose. And I'm just using LeBron because that's the example.
Sure.
It couldn't be his purpose because he's not going to do that forever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what happens to these basketball players when they stop playing. You look at like Steve Francis and shit. He's like out here getting drunk in public.
Jesus Christ!
But,
please don't ever use that example.
But
I
it's
don't
like
know what the fuck happened to him. That guy, Steve Francis, looks terrible,
dude. And it's what happens like when your purpose is taken away from you. Imagine how frightening that is. People go, "Why do athletes stay around the game so long?" Because they don't have anything else to do. Vince Carter's 64 years old and he's still playing in the league. But what else is he gonna do?
Yeah,
People, they're doing it for money. I think a lot of these guys are doing it for purpose. A reason to wake up, a reason to get dressed, a reason to have structure in your schedule, and they're deathly afraid. And I had fears this week, and I was scared. I was like, shit, if I don't have purpose, then what's the point of doing these things?
That's why that can't be your purpose. Like I look at somebody like Kobe, and the reason I liked when Kobe won the Oscar is because Kobe's 39.
He switched his purpose.
40, yeah,
he changed his purpose.
And he said, I heard him say, the Oscar felt like winning a championship. So I know now that, okay, Kobe has something to do. But when Kobe retired a couple years ago, he said that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
So I respect when somebody says, this is what I want to do.
So maybe that's
they go do it and get rewarded for it.
So maybe that's part of it. Maybe we got to choose what the fuck our purpose is and then go, for lack of a better term, balls deep into it.
And you got to constantly ask, though. I mean, you know, I'm a God-fearing man, so I pray. Mm-hmm. And those are the things I pray to God for. I pray to God to use me. You know what I'm saying? Use me. Use my mouth. I know that sounds crazy.
So you on your knees.
Oh, you offering God head now.
You on your knees.
You know,
asking a man to use your
God
mouth.
knows my heart. I'm just saying, I pray for him to give me purpose. You know what I mean? Yeah. To use me for the right things. Like I'm just a vessel at the end of the day. That's why I can't go against my energy. I can't go against my feelings. Whenever I feel like I'm doing something for anything other than a greater purpose, it don't feel right.
What do you mean greater purpose?
Like, for example, if we on the radio and, you know, like I said, when I played the Floyd Mayweather clip, that had nothing to do with nothing. I could have used that for a greater purpose, though. I could have used that to bring awareness to illiteracy in our community. You know what I mean? I could have used that to raise awareness, to get these kids who are dealing with illiteracy to be able to I don't know, figure out something to teach them, like go learn how to read or something. Like, and by the way, I didn't know that so many people didn't know how to read until we played that clip. Yeah. Like, this is something that we do all the time that we take for granted until you realize, like, nah, it's grown-ass motherfuckers out there who never learned how to read properly. So they felt offended by hearing me laugh and joke at Mayweather. So I could have used that as a teachable moment. So being that I didn't use that as a teachable moment, I wasn't using the microphone the right way. I wasn't using my platform the right way. So I wasn't of service to anybody in that moment. So that nothing comes of that. That's like junk food to me. Like, there's nothing good going to come from you eating junk food a bunch of times. Yeah, that shit may taste good. Yeah, it tasted good in the moment. It was sweet. You know, everybody likes it. You got some attention from it. But there's no nutritious value to it.
Yeah.
So if you ask me what my purpose is, I'm going to always say service to others. And I hope.
So the umbrella is service to others, and then there's things that fit into.
I think God gives you talents.
Service to others.
To serve.
Yeah.
Like, you're a comedian.
Yeah.
But even more importantly, you're a communicator.
Right.
I'm a radio personality, but more importantly, I'm a communicator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're able to break things down in a way for people to be able to digest them. What Chris Rock does is amazing. Whether Chris Rock knows it or not, Chris Rock has helped raise some of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can go back and watch old Chris Rock stuff now and really get it more than I did then. You know, if you're a rapper like Wu-Tang, I got into the 5% teachings because of Wu-Tang. Like, you know, Nipsey Hussle came on the Breakfast Club a couple weeks ago, and we was in there talking about a bunch of different books that we like. One of them was, I think it's The Way of the Superior Man. The other one was The Spook Who Sat by the Door. And I just, like 2 days ago, I told my wife, I said, yo, order me The Way of the Superior Man. Because I've been meant to order it because Lauren London recommended it to me, and then she recommended it to Nipsey. And we talked about it in that interview. And then when my wife went to Amazon to go order it, my book popped up. And then Spook Who Sat by the Door popped up. So that means people have been going to order this book, but also searching out the other books that we talked about in that interview. Big Sean was on the Breakfast Club before. We talked about the 4 Agreements. 4 Agreements started trending that day. So to me, that's a bigger purpose. Like, I don't give a fuck if I ever meet any of these people or if they got anything else from that interview. If they went and bought 4 Agreements and read it and it made them a better person because of, you know, Big Sean talking about it in that interview or me talking about it in that interview, that's public service to me. That's serving the needs of the public in a much bigger way. And that's personally what I think, life is all about. And I think y'all do the same thing when y'all get up there and y'all tell jokes or y'all make, I'm not even gonna say make light of certain situations. You just make people understand certain situations a little bit better, see things from a different angle.
Or make light of certain situations. I think it's important to laugh at the things that we're afraid of or things we feel uncomfortable with. And I enjoy more than anything making people laugh. In a lot of ways, it's a form of oxygen for me.
I want to talk to my therapist about why I find everything funny. Why I can't take shit serious sometimes.
Maybe you're anxious, and maybe it's easier to laugh at these things.
It might be.
But that's why we laugh. Like, there's a reason why we laugh when someone falls. Because should we cry?
Falling is funny, bro.
It's funny.
I'm sorry.
But it's like, think about that. It's hardwired into our bodies, right? Think about it. When you're playing with a kid, like a young infant child who can't even speak or anything like that, and you pretend to hurt yourself. Yeah. Like, I do this game all the time with kids where I'll let them slap me 5, and when they slap me 5, no matter how hard they slap me, I act like my hand is writhing in pain. Yeah. And I put my hand out again, and they slap it even harder. Yeah. We love seeing other people feel pain.
I don't laugh anymore, though.
On some biological level.
When I was young, I remember being out in field service, and my sister, Salute to Teresa, we was out in field service, and my sister's always been cool and fly, and she was like singing some Salt and Pepper song or something in her head, and she was just walking in field service, and she slipped in an oil pan. Yeah. That shit was so goddamn funny, right?
It's still funny.
When I think about that now, it's funny. I think about this girl in school who I would not say her name because then I'll see her pop up on my Facebook. She was a big girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was big.
Oh, those are the best to watch.
Big. And she had a Phoenix Suns jacket. Oh, yeah. So I remember her having this big purple Phoenix Suns jacket that we would walk around her and act like planets. We would walk around her whenever she would wear this jacket. And one day she came off the steps coming out of the trailer and she fell. Boom. And it looked like it was in slow motion. Yeah. And when she hit the ground, it was like a 5-second pause, and my cousin Ken was just, so everybody busts out laughing, right? I don't laugh when people see people fall anymore now.
That's a lie.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm like, damn, they might be hurt. Because adults don't just fall.
Oh, you pussy, bro. You pussy, bro.
Listen,
that shit
we was at the
soft,
wrinkle in
dog.
time permit. What the fuck?
First of all, when fat people fall, it's funnier because you assume they can't get hurt.
No, are you like, that's what you get, your fat ass. If you lost some weight, you wouldn't.
I don't hate them for being fat in that situation, but I'm just looking at them, they look more comfy. You know what I mean? So it's like they're padded. Like if a skinny Brill, like some anorexic chick falls, you're like, oh, she broke something. But some fat person falls, it'll be all right.
Listen, we was at the wrinkle in time permit and this lady fell. 2 things I think in moments like that. Yeah. Okay, she's drunk. She gets up, falls again. All right, she's trying to distract us from the motherfucker coming in here to shoot this whole shit up. This is a well thought out plan. All right, okay.
All right, nobody's shooting it up. Maybe she's Wendy Williams.
People got mad at me the other day, man, because I said something about Wendy. I said that because Wendy came back from her 3-week hiatus, yeah. And I was like, all right, people are really watching you now. Like, you under the microscope now. Like, people are really observing this situation.
Yeah. Why? Because we want to see someone fall again.
Yeah, but guess what? If, we see this behavior, this pattern of behavior happen again, motherfuckers ain't gonna buy that this is a disease thing. All right? Now it's gonna be like, I think it's drugs. Ooh. And I said hypothetically. That's my new. I don't even say allegedly. I say hypothetically. That's what OJ did. If OJ can hypothetically confess to a motherfucking murder, I can hypothetically have scenarios about what the fuck I want to have scenarios about. So hypothetically, I always thought that when I saw her and saw the behavior that she was displaying the past few months before she took a break, I'm like, yo, I think she's on drugs. I think she's on drugs. That's what I thought.
What do you think she's on?
I don't know. Could be. I don't know who the fuck. By the way, when people say drugs nowadays, I'm old school. So the first thing I think is cocaine. Yeah. You know what I mean? That shit ain't shit no more. Them prescription drugs is killing the game. All right? And I don't know I don't know how people react on prescription drugs. I'm not around enough prescription drug heads. I haven't been around enough of those people to see how they act. But I just clearly think that it was some type of intoxicant. You know what I mean? Some substance. If it wasn't, God bless her. I wish her the best. I hope that her health gets better. All I'm saying is, if we continue to see the behavior that we were seeing, people aren't going to buy it's a disease excuse.
What would you tell these...
Chris said why not? Come here, Chris. I want to know why Chris said that.
Because some diseases don't go away even if you treat them.
This is Chris who has Lyme's disease.
I have it, and I get some of the same symptoms she gets from Graves' disease.
Really? The passing out and
I don't pass out, but like my heart will start. Like
the erratic speaking, like when you're talking and you can't even finish a thought. Slurred speech.
Passing
some
out.
people with Lyme's get that. Yeah.
She don't have Lyme's though. So what the fuck?
No, I'm just saying from my own personal experience, I know that you can have a medical situation. I'm assuming she's seeing the best people. I'm assuming she's throwing a lot of money at it. I'm assuming she's doing whatever sort of treatment they're recommending.
Yeah.
It might not work.
You're right. I mean, listen, I could be totally wrong.
Bro, some of these
I could be totally wrong.
Some of these diseases or some of these ailments, we really have no clue how to treat them.
The biggest thing I've taken away from this whole experience is doctors are guessing, man.
Son, my
doctors
dad,
are
educated guesses though, right?
They're educated guesses, but at the same time they're guessing, and then they'll just use fancy words to convince us that they know what they're talking about, but they're not.
Right.
So, like, my dad was in this study for Alzheimer's, right? Like, because he's losing his memory,
and they have no idea what causes
and
that.
so they just recently told my mom, like, oh, he's not eligible for the study. My mom goes, why? He goes, well, he doesn't have any amyloid plaques, or I might be saying that word wrong, but the amyloid plaques are the things that build up in your brain that cause the deterioration of the brain. So mom goes, oh, so he's good. And he's like, well, he doesn't have any amyloid plaques. And then my mom's like, well, then why is he forgetful? And why does he, ask the same questions? And why can't he remember stuff? And there he goes, well, he probably has a thing that we call SNAP, right? And then
Snapchat? It just deletes what the fuck?
Exactly. What? His shit is failing like Snapchat. But he has basically SNAP is just like, SNAP, I forget the exact wording of it or what they stand for, but it basically means your memory's gone, but you don't have any amyloid plaques.
What happened to just old age?
Well,
that's what happens when you get older.
He's 75, and that's how my dad kind of takes it. He goes, look, I'm 75. I'm not going to fucking remember everything, that kind of stuff like that. But then you have people who, I mean, look, fucking Donald Trump is 73. Hillary Clinton's 71. Example. I'm saying these are older people that are like Bernie Sanders, 95. There's people who are older that seem to have some shit going, right?
But also, these people have people in front of them all the time, feeding them things, telling them things.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Right. Reagan had Alzheimer's. We now know that.
Reagan did?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is,
good excuse to forget the fucking crap that you put in all the communities to get black and brown people fucked up, Ronald.
Maybe that's the gift you get when you do fuck shit.
That'd be amazing.
Yo, think about that. Like, what if one day you forget? What if one day people are like, yo, isn't that fucked up what you did to Mayweather? And you're like, what? What are you talking about, Mayweather?
By the way, I think Alzheimer's is some shit that a lot of young people are getting at. What'd I say?
Alzheimer's.
I used to think it was old timers. No
Me
bullshit.
too. It sounds even better. Yeah. Oh, you got that old timers disease.
Like,
you don't remember shit?
I'm like, getting old is a disease.
Yeah.
Like you can't hear it like you used to. You can't remember. Okay, man. But I really feel like a lot of young kids have that nowadays because of this shit moving so fucking fast. So this shit moves too quick, bro.
I think what they got now, because I went to my therapist about it, and then I got a psychiatric evaluation about it because I thought I was losing my memory. But this is when I was in a relationship and I was having panic attacks. And
good way to forget our birthday, Andrew.
Exactly. Let's go. I saw that shit working for my dad, and I was like, "Oh, I'm with it. Let's go." Yeah, I forgot. I went to this, therapist. I was having like fucking panic attacks. Right. It was back when I was with 2 relationships ago. Right. And I go to my therapist and I go, I was like, let me just get a brain exam. I just want to make sure I'm okay because I'm having problems memorizing stuff or just remembering things, not memorizing. And I passed the test. Everything was fine, even though I'm freaking out. And then she goes, are you on your phone a lot? And I go, yeah. And she goes, do you think it's possible to be having a conversation with somebody and retain what they're saying while you're also doing 3 or more things on your phone?
That's true.
And it's literally impossible. Like if I gave you a few numbers to remember right now, and I start to have a conversation with you, you wouldn't remember the numbers.
Try me.
Okay, remember these numbers, right? Okay. Don't type them in.
But you told me to take it on the phone.
No, don't put them on the phone.
I'm not typing them on the phone. I'm just going to act like I'm reading something else.
Okay, no. You don't have to even worry about that, right? Okay, remember this number, ready? Right. It's 913
Gotcha.
544. I'll just give you those. 913-544, right? Okay. You got that in, right? 913-544, okay? Okay, now let's do some math. What is 27 divided by 3?
9.
Okay, what is 9 times 6?
54.
Okay, what is the capital of New York?
Albany.
Okay, what was the first number that I asked you to memorize?
9.
No, the whole thing.
The first number you asked me. 9,
you don't even remember the number.
973?
973.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I didn't ask you to do the math. You know what I mean? Like anytime your brain is engaged, there's a reason why telephone numbers are only 7 digits before area codes. Area codes popped up there, but the brain can only remember 7 things. So they're like, okay, let's make 7-digit numbers so that a number can be memorized because nobody has a cell phone, etc. So that's why it was only 7 digit
I used to
numbers.
remember phone numbers like a motherfucker back in the day.
Easy. But you didn't even have to look at the thing, right? You just tap it. It was almost physical memory.
I still know my wife's phone number because she had the same phone number for years. I know my mom's house number. Nope. I know my boy DJ Frosty. I know his number. And I know my grandma's number.
Home phone number from when you were a kid. Go.
I mean, it's the same, so I'm not giving that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I know it.
You didn't move your mom out her trailer?
She been out that trailer. My father did that. Yeah.
So then what about the number? You take your number with you?
You probably had a
the trailer's on the
landline.
same plot of land.
You didn't move your mom out the hood?
She don't live in the hood. She live in the country, but not the hood.
All right, you just expanded the country.
That's all. It's the country. It's the country. But I mean, I remember that, and I remember my grandmother's phone number. God bless the dead, which is weird because it's somebody else's number now.
Mama, I bought your new house. Where is it? Well, it's in the same place as the old house.
You got land. You got plenty of land. I mean, you got plenty. You got. My father actually moved my mother out of a single wide trailer into that house years ago. Years ago.
Oh fuck! She's so happy. She drive into the new house. Baby, this looks close to where we grew up.
But it's land though. When you're in the country, it's different. When you're in the country, you got acres and acres of land. Like I'm looking to build something on my grandmother's old property right now.
Right. So if you own land there, it's fine. There's not like better land and worse land places.
I mean, not in Mouse Corner. I don't think Mouse like there's like nah. Like there's not a hoods. And I wouldn't say there's a hood.
It's less hood than there is poverty, right? Like people are poor in certain areas, but it's not. This is East New York where it's just.
I mean, you know where
the
the crime areas are though. Like you know, and a crime area in New York isn't even. I mean, Mouse Corner isn't even necessarily a place where you'll get shot or anything like that. That's where you know where people selling dope at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know it, and I don't even know if those drug spots still exist now. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, I knew exactly where all the drug spots were.
Is there like a wealthy section with like nicer houses?
I used to always think Pinopolis was. I don't know if it still is.
Oh, by the lake or whatever.
Yeah, but then again, like once again, like I said, what was wealthy? I mean, when your mom
relatively,
when your mom is making $20,000 a year and your father's doing odd construction jobs or whatever, I don't even know how much he was making a year. Like, what is wealthy to us?
Yeah.
Like, my next door neighbors were super wealthy to me because they had a big ass house, like the Gibbs family.
Yeah, wealth is all relative.
Yeah, I don't know what wealth is.
All right, what do you guys? Did you see the Freaky Friday video? The Lil Dicky.
I did. Can I pee? Let's pay some bills.
Yeah.
And then pee and come back and talk about that.
All right, I'll start paying these bills. Guys, let's game longer. Let's game harder. Okay, I'm out here playing video games again. I'm out here with my third life crisis. I had to do it. I had to get on FIFA. I got an Xbox, but right now we're rocking for Acer. I want you to level up on the go with hardware that's a versatile and strong beast. Okay, the Predator Helios 300. That's what it is. Thanks to an AeroBlade 3D fan, this portable rig stays cooler longer, so the only heat you feel comes from the battlefield. All right?
That's a big deal because I won't name the brand, but I have a laptop right now.
It just overheats.
My
all the
God.
time. Yeah, it
My
melts
God.
your fucking lap. You can't put it in your lap, a laptop, because it will melt it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going to mention what it is.
And the fan is loud.
And the 7th gen Intel Core i7 processor and NVIDIA, pronounce NVIDIA, GeoForce Tech, okay? You get the purest frames per second, keeping every game tear-free. All right? None of this lag shit, none of this pixelated nonsense. I'm talking about good, clear gaming. You got to build your empire. Predator Helios 300 Gaming will take care of the rest. Just go to Acer.com, click on Store, and enter the coupon code BRILLIANT at checkout to receive 10% off, plus free ground shipping on a Predator Helios 300 laptop, including already discounted models. The offer is valid through April 30th, 2018, and limited to 1 per qualified order. So you can't go out here. This is how good the deal is. You can't go and just buy 10 and then try to flip them on eBay. We're not going to allow that. It's 1 per. And this is what I'm saying to you, okay? There's some of you guys out there, you already have a laptop. You're not looking to get a new laptop. That's fine. This isn't for you. These are for the people who are about to buy a new laptop. These are the people who like to game. Maybe you're gaming on the road. Maybe you're a consultant. Maybe you're on the road 5 days a week. I don't know what it is. Maybe you just need a new laptop for school and you want to play some games on it, but you don't want to tell mom and dad. What I'm saying is, if you need a new laptop, check out this Acer thing. You go check it out. Go do your Googles. All right? I'm already with it. You go do your Googles. You check it out. You see if all the specs light up. What I'm telling you is the shit is fire. Okay, you're going to school or you're already at school. You need a new laptop for new semester. You don't got to tell your parents it's a gaming laptop. You could type your reports on here. You could put Microsoft. What is that? Pro or whatever. Like, what is the shit so you could type? Microsoft Word. You could do all that. You don't think it can handle Microsoft Word? It got the NVIDIA. It got the NVIDIA GeForce Tech. All I'm saying is you go look up this Acer right now. You go cop that shit, and then we'll get busy. All right. And then you go get an Xbox as well. You could come play me. I'm on Xbox right now just playing FIFA because shit takes too long to download. The King Hezzy is my gamer tag. You could talk to me if you want to get that ass whoop. I've been serving out ass whoopings for the last week. All right? There's one kid who beat me. Fuck him.
Congratulations. I just stereotyped the fuck out somebody in the bathroom, I want you to know, too.
Which bathroom?
I went to go pee, and I saw some Timbs and some camouflage pants under the stall.
Okay.
Immediately, I'm like, oh, that's wax. Right?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say nothing. I don't like to disturb people when they shit. I hate that. I
That's
can't
nice of
stand
you.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so fucked up. I hate when people do that. And then like 5 seconds later, I hear, well, did you call the nurse? The nurse, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's some white guy in there with camouflage pants on and Timbs. And I'm like, see, I was fucking stereotyping.
Freaky Friday, bro.
Freaky Friday.
We're evolving.
Talk to me. What you think about the video? Lil Dicky, Chris Brown.
I think, well, first of all, Chris Brown is a superstar, man. And I've known this for a while, but you get so caught up in the antics. You get so caught up in, Twitter.
The domestic violence.
And the domestic
putting speed knots
violence.
on his forehead.
Exactly.
Throwing chairs at Good Morning America.
Exactly.
The blood shit.
All that kind of gang
R&B.
shit.
Rapping blood.
Rip
Rip him in blood. All right. Rip him in blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get caught up in all the bad shit because that's all we focus on. But let's say we can isolate him from all that. Right? Let's say we're going to just hypothetically isolate him from any bad stuff, and you just look at the video. The guy is fucking wildly talented.
But that's why it's so disappointing. Chris Brown should be Beyonce status.
He is. And I understand.
He should be Rihanna status.
And you live in what you have. You live in your behavior.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You live in these things.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. And I'm sure he has a bunch of guilt and a bunch of karmic fucked up shit going on for what he's done. Right? But if just within the video, I'm watching this guy, and you're like, holy shit, he oozes charisma. He's funny, amazing dancer, charming. Like, I'm looking at actors, just like legit leading male actors that don't even scratch the surface of the charisma that Chris Brown has.
But Chris was on his way to doing all of that, too. We forget
coulda.
Chris was in movies.
He could have. Easily.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's so disappointing. By the way, if it was just about talent.
Matter of fact, sorry to interrupt, but he is lucky that he does music. Because music, we forgive behavior for. Acting, you bunch up your wife, we ain't gonna forgive that, fam.
No. There's plenty of dudes that beat their wives in Hollywood.
Talk to me. Do we got videos of?
Not videos. We didn't have
That's
video
all
of
that
Chris.
matters.
But nah, it's funny. Like, didn't Sean Penn fucking stick a banana up Madonna's ass, tie her up?
No,
or
he
something?
tied
fun.
He tied her up.
Fuck, this is Madonna. You don't think she'd take a banana up the ass every once in a while?
What did he do?
He tied her up and left her. That was the story.
That's
That
all.
could be some kinky shit.
Yeah.
Or she could have been having a really rough day and he had to go do some work and you know what I mean? He didn't want her to kill herself.
But I
or
agree with you,
something.
though. I feel like if it was just based on talent, Chris Brown's the #1 star in the
This
world, and it's
guy
not even close.
is so
It's not even
amazingly
close.
talented. Anyway, but I thought it brought up an interesting thing about the, I think I even saw you tweet about it, about the N-word, and it got me thinking about what the N-word represents.
Mm-hmm.
And, or maybe that's the second discussion. Maybe you want to just talk to me about how you feel about the video, and then we'll get into it.
I mean, I thought the video was cool. I thought it was interesting. I think that, when you're old, it's different.
Go.
All right, because everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is so original and it's so creative." I'm like, "No, it's actually Freaky fucking Friday."
Well, yeah,
Like the title is Freaky Friday.
Yeah,
the whole concept is based off the movie Freaky Friday. I thought it got very corny at the end when Ed
Unnecessary.
Sheeran, Khaled, and Kylie Jenner, Kendall.
I like the Kendall Jenner
Of
one.
course
when she
you
would look
do.
at her pussy and shit.
Like,
that shit was
all
fire.
that shit was
I like
whack. I gotta cut that whole shit out.
If you were the pussy, you ain't gonna play with it? Come on now. I'm gonna go, how deep can I get? Oh, they lying about it's too deep.
Depends who pussy it was.
Facts.
All right, if it was the girl that Usher fucked, the fat girl.
There's some room.
All right, but I mean, I thought that was cool. But I just thought that was funny. I'm like, Little Dicky called y'all nigga through a nigga. All right, and y'all loved it, and I wasn't mad at it. I was just making an observation.
Right.
Little Dicky called you nigga through a nigga. Now, everybody was jumping down my throat. See, this is what's wrong with you. You always trying to make things a race issue.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I just made a fucking observation.
Right.
Because if the video is Chris Brown,
Yep.
and Little Dicky is in Chris Brown's body,
Right.
then Little Dicky did call you nigga through a nigga.
Yeah.
Run with that.
That's completely
some useless information.
No, that's completely factual.
Yeah.
Do you have an issue with it?
Okay. Well, when I was sitting around with my woke crowd and we was having this conversation, I was like, I don't know if people should feel comfortable even writing that word, but then again, it's art.
Quentin Tarantino
does it. That's what me and Van talked about. And it never bothered me when Quentin does it, and it didn't bother me when Little Dicky did it.
Right.
I just wonder, could I do that about Jewish people? Could I do a song with a Jewish person and then write whatever the Jewish slurs are that I will never ever utter?
Right.
Okay. Or could I do that with a gay person and refer to myself as the word maggot with the F in it? You know what I'm saying? I just wonder.
I think the difference is, are those words cool?
But then that's another argument. Is the N-word cool?
Yes.
I'm reading.
Undeniably so. Yes.
It's based on it's subjective because I'm reading Michael Bennett's book. And
If it wasn't cool, then why do so many people say it?
They don't know any better. Like Michael Bennett has a chapter in his book called Nigger. Like, you need to read Michael Bennett's books. It's really good, by the way. I think Michael Bennett is brilliant. I want to get him on the podcast, actually. But he has a book called Things That Make White People Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he talks about the use of the N-word, and he talks about how
a 6'6" black guy who writes a book about things that make white people uncomfortable.
I mean, what makes a white man more uncomfortable?
Page one.
No. Me. Exactly. And he knows that. The book is great because that is the life of a 6'6", 200-pound black man. He's constantly putting people in fear. He knows that.
Entering a room.
Exactly. He knows that. But he writes in this book about the word nigga and how he apologizes for using it all of these years.
Interesting.
Because when you talk to older people, you understand the blood that came with that word. I don't think the word could ever be used as a positive. Because if it did, then it wouldn't make people uncomfortable now. Sure. If the N-word was truly something positive, you wouldn't care
it's not
who
positive.
used it.
But just because something's not positive doesn't mean it's not cool. Right? Like, there are a lot of things that are not positive, but we still look at as cool. Driving a car fast is looked at as cool. Every movie, Fast and the Furious, is just about driving cars over the speed limit and potentially hurting tons of people.
I guarantee you, if that movie was called Black Nigga instead of Black Panther, nobody would have thought that shit was cool.
Yeah, but I know a lot more people would have seen it. Finally, a movie name title.
Here's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying all my life.
You say he wasn't going to make America great again. Well, look at this movie. It looked pretty great to me.
Until you get there.
Come on now. Everybody grab your cousin, sister, and get them over here. Let's go have some fun.
Until you get there and watch it, you be like, wait a minute. Niggas don't know how to read.
Why are they so dead?
What do you mean?
Oh, what's up with these science and words?
Science? Niggas do science? what kind of? But I just don't, I'm going to be honest, and I've always felt like this. Yeah. I just don't think the word is a positive. It's just a bad habit.
Agreed. Not positive. Tons of bad habits that we could deem as cool. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not potentially cool. What I looked at it as was like the ultimate respect for the N-word, which was, I'm so excited to say this word because I know as a white person I would never dare to say it.
Can you explain for those people who haven't seen the video exactly?
Oh, okay. So what it is Lil Dicky and Chris Brown both wake up, are both talking about how kind of annoying their lives are. And Lil Dicky, he's a talented guy, this Lil Dicky.
I fuck with Lil Dicky.
Yeah,
no problem with Lil Dicky.
He's fucking brilliant. And I'll give him that. And what he basically is like, he's very self-deprecating. He's at a restaurant. Somebody comes up to him and he's like, oh, this is Lil Dicky. This guy and his girl come up to him. They're like, oh, this is Lil Dicky. And he gives him a pound. He goes, yeah, he's this rapper. Well, he's not a real rapper. He's like a fake rapper. He's got a little dick and everybody.
Whoa, I hate that though.
But it's all about making him digestible and palatable. He's calling out what people say.
Because I'm going to sell all these motherfucking records. I'm going to get all these shows. I'm going to get all these endorsement deals you don't. So let me act like I ain't shit.
Sure.
Man, fuck that. Own your shit,
That's
man.
every fat comic.
Just own your shit.
Anyway, so but the point is, I thought it was a good tact. Anyway, so Chris Brown wakes up like he can't walk anywhere. Life is hard for him. He just wants to be like a normal guy and recognized sometimes. And the Chinese guy at the restaurant notices the both of them feeling this way and just switches them. They wake up in each other's bodies.
Well, you left out the racist part against Asians.
Which
I just watched it with no sound on.
What?
He does that by breaking open a magical fortune cookie, it seems like.
Yeah, that's his fortune.
Why is that racist?
You guys have fortune cookies. Don't have the fortune cookie and then be upset
No,
when we
seriously,
do
Chris,
shit with the fortune
I really
cookie.
need to know, since you're a trans Asian, I
Yes.
need to know why is that racist. I really want to, I don't know.
Because fortune cookies, which is a completely it's not fabricated, they're real, but it's an American thing. It's not really an Asian thing.
Okay.
Asians with fortune cookies is like a very stereotypical image.
What could have made it more realistic? What could the Asian have done to really, 'cause I know they got some type of form of magic in Asia.
Well, okay. I mean,
What? They don't.
they could have just come up with some other conceit
Okay.
to make them change bodies other than having
Stop
an
trying
Asian
to
guy.
have the
in a
most racist part of the video. Can't we have the white guy screaming the N-word be the most racist? We don't have to have
pointing out
I'm
this
gonna tell you what would have been
I'm
racist.
just
I'm gonna tell you what would have been
pointing out
racist.
another
part.
If you had a magic chopstick and you waved it, and you
A
waved
magic fortune cookie is
A
just as
magic chopstick
racist as
would've
a
been
You
racist.
want to know really racist? If
Chopstick.
Lil Dicky and Chris Brown both came Freaky Friday into that Asian guy at the restaurant,
Jesus
and they woke
Christ.
up that morning like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
this is horrible."
The Asian guy wake up talking about they both woke up in my body. Lil Dicky and Chris Brown.
Okay, so when it comes to the N-word, this is what I've grown to realize. I think about the N-word, right? Like, so for so many years, systematically, white people have not allowed people of color into white spaces. It could be basketball, it could be politics. Like, there were rules written where black people, fucking water fountains.
Absolutely.
You can't be here. This is not for you, right? And I think the N-word has become this sort of payback for that, in a way, the modern version of the N-word, right? Whereas, like, I hear everybody saying the N-word. I go to Koreatown to hang out with my boys, and they're Koreans walking around in their Korean groups saying the N-word. Spanish people are saying the N-word. Now,
They don't know the history of it. Though.
they don't. Well, I mean, they don't know the history, but like, Spanish people were just as involved in the slave trade as anybody else. But they're also saying the N-word, right? You have my Mexican friends say the N-word. It's become this cool brown. I know, like Muslim dudes that are not
Especially
black.
young kids.
Young kids are all
Yeah.
saying the N-word, right? And white people aren't saying the N-word. And I feel like it's become this thing. Now, plenty of white people do, but they shouldn't say it.
In
It's
Oakland,
taboo.
In Oakland, the white people let the N-word fly. White people in Oakland different though.
Fair enough. But the point is, like, it's become this space that minorities finally get to say, hey, you're not allowed. This is our water fountain. This is our country club. This is our NBA. This is our politics. You guys aren't allowed here. And I mean, my history with it. Like, my dad took away my fucking Snoop Dogg CD because he heard the N-word. You know what I mean? There were rules in the house. I didn't have a lot of rules growing up, but you do not say the N-word. And I just grew up in that culture where I'd never have said it.
Oh, your father's 75 though, so he grew up in the era when the N-word was really the N-word.
Yeah, it wasn't this cool shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was like that was used for a reason to hurt somebody, right? And I guess what I'm saying is it's so here is a situation where Lil Dicky's playing maybe off of that, but I think on some level he's going, listen, I would never say this as a white guy, but as if I'm in a black body and I'm allowed to finally say this word that has been so cool. I mean, I'm a rapper. I've been watching rappers say it and making it sound all good. I mean, when Trinidad James said it 3 times in a row, I was like, whoa. Whoa, that was awesome. So
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's interesting with me because I read a book a long time ago called From Niggas to Gods by Akil. Akil never made the N-word seem like something cool.
Right.
He actually made me feel, that's when I first really started having confliction with the N-word.
Yeah.
But then I also heard Tupac say things like, it's acronym for never ignorant, getting goals accomplished, or, the way you pronounce it, the G-A at the end, or the E-R, like it's the difference between my nigga and you nigger.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like, I don't think the payoff is worth it anymore. And I also feel like it's the greatest mind fuck ever played by a bunch of old white racists with a great sense of humor. Because imagine if I was calling you a nigga. Man, no, I'm going to take the word nigga. Imagine I called you dumb fuck your whole life. Dumb fuck. You hated it. No, don't call me that. You fought against me. You people fought against me. You dumb fuck, dumb fuck, dumb fuck. Then eventually, I finally get you to start calling yourself dumb fuck. Would that not be the ultimate laugh when you see a group of people walking around referring to themselves as dumb fucks? Has anybody ever asked we always ask black people, older black people.
Ask an old black person how they feel.
Ask an old white man how they feel about black people using the word nigga.
Bro, that's how I feel about feminism.
I bet that answer could change the world. I bet if you talk to an old white racist from the South and you'd be like, how do you feel about black people using the word nigga? He's like, oh, I love it. I love seeing them
I get
niggas
to lay
finally
back.
walking around acknowledging
Yeah.
what the fuck they are. They want you niggers. I wish they'd start calling themselves monkeys too. I wish they'd start calling themselves coons. I would love it if they just walked around calling themselves. I love it when they call themselves niggas. If you heard an old racist, white racist say that, you stop saying it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, yeah, I think, I'm sure on some level they were happy.
They got to be.
Yeah, but no, what I was saying is that's how I feel about feminism.
Break it down.
Like, what is modern feminists fighting for? They're fighting for the ability to have free sex, to be a slut, to, get I guess abortions if you
That's
get,
one form of it. You
get
realize
pregnant.
You do realize a lot of feminists fight against each other.
Yeah, sure, but the women are going to be catty.
But
So-
I'm saying a lot of women like that. Like I saw Amber Rose getting at other feminists the other day.
Sure.
Because other feminists get at her because they're like, that's not what we fighting for.
So here's what let's just say modern feminism more or less is. Hey, we could be sluts if we want to. We could have sex and choose to do whatever we want with our bodies. We want to use birth control so that we can continue to have sex and be free with our sexual bodies. We want to pay for our own meals. We don't need a man to support us. We're going to support us. We're going to go. And it's like,
That's probably no feminist would agree with what you just described it as.
That's one form of feminism.
I mean, okay.
No, it is.
Hold on.
Hold
on. No.
It's one form.
Thank you for ruining the momentum of what I was
keep
going to say.
going. Keep
No.
going.
Now we're going to address your stupid comment. Ready? The slut march. What is that for?
That's for women to
Sexually empower themselves.
Yeah, but it's way more.
No. Don't way more me. What is the slut
Don't wait more
walk?
me, you slut.
What is the slut walk for?
I just told you,
You know what it's for.
right?
It's for fucking and not being judged.
The slut walk is
It's
also
so these girls can fuck
Amber
and not be
Rose. You think
judged.
that's a major tenet of modern
First of all, it
feminism?
did not start with Amber Rose. It started in Toronto by some sluts.
No, but what he's saying is real. That's why I said it's different forms. Like Amber literally was just getting upset. She literally just posted about how other feminists talk down on her because of what she chooses to represent.
It's like any movement. There's divisions, there are factions, there are different groups going at each other.
Please.
That's true though. He's right.
Please.
Even Cardi was saying, remember Cardi got flagged the other day because she said that strippers, video chicks can't complain about niggas pulling their dicks out. She said if a guy was to pull my dick out around a stripper or a video chick and I went to complain, nobody would take me serious. And she was like, why not? Like, what if I was being sexually assaulted? And I understood what she was saying, but she got flack for that too. She got flack from other feminists.
Okay. All I'm trying to say is, without
I didn't mean to step on your point. Keep going.
please, because we're here to have fun, not be fucking writing Jezebel pieces. But feminism in the modern third wave comedian has stood for free sex, access to birth control so they can continue getting free sex and getting nutted in and not getting pregnant.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
You got a Jezebel piece coming.
Ready? Wait for it. Working and equal pay so they can equally pay for things.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
I was waiting for.
Equal pay so they can equally pay for things, right? Feminism is for men. You telling me this doesn't make my life better? I get to have sex with you because you want to be a slut. If I nut in you, you're on birth control, so I don't have to worry about getting pregnant. And when we go out to dinner, you pay for half?
So what's the
Who's
problem?
fighting against you? They think they're fighting. What I'm saying is the
Well,
same.
you shouldn't be talking to
it's
women,
the same
then.
thing about these old men that are sitting back going, "Oh, we got those black people saying the N-words." These
Yeah.
same old white men are going, "Hey, we got these girls giving up that pussy finally, and they're paying half the bill."
Well, you should be talking to the old men. You should be telling the men, like, look, this is great, guys.
That's what I tell
Let's make
men.
sure all the women get equal pay.
That's what I
Let's
tell
make
them.
sure all the women get equal representation in
For
these
sure.
corporations.
That's why hot chicks aren't down with feminism. Hot chicks aren't down with feminism because it reduces their life. They like not paying for shit. They're like, well, I'm going to go to a march so I can start paying for half of my meal. Fuck that. I'm not a feminist. Name a super hot chick who's down with feminism. All these hot chicks are starting to be like, oh, those feminists are a little weird. Yeah, because you got to pay for shit. I wouldn't want to pay for shit either. It's like Republicans saying, yeah, I want to pay more in taxes. Fuck that. I'm going to give up more money.
Well,
hot chicks are giving up
Leave
lifestyle.
the hand up there. Leave it up there.
Yo, I'm just saying.
Leave your shot up there. You shot your shot.
Yo.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to give the heavy room to breathe sometime. I don't know what the fuck Andrew was talking about just now. I get it. I think it's different forms of feminism, though. But I'm not here to talk about women if they're not here to represent
Exactly.
themselves.
Yeah,
Y'all are pussy, man.
Yeah, I
what
am.
do we talk about? Y'all got soft, yo.
I am.
Now
To be
we
honest
hard
with
on
you.
hoes in 2018.
No. I don't even know any hoes anymore. Okay, all I know is beautiful, great women.
I do.
Okay, all right.
I got my butt ate by one this week.
Jesus
there
Christ.
we go.
What else we got? What else is on the docket?
We got Trump versus Biden, if you care about that.
No, I don't want to say that girl's a hoe. She's not a hoe at all. I tease.
She's not a hoe. Trump versus
amazing.
Biden is stupid.
Beautiful, lovely, generous girl.
Trump versus Biden is pussy.
Yeah.
And you know why it's pussy? It's pussy because ain't neither one of them gonna do shit. Hey, but they thumb thugging like a motherfucker.
Wait, they're tweeting at each other?
Joe Biden was like, I'd have fucked, by the way, Joe Biden, he'd have fucked you up too. Joe Biden said, I would have fucked Trump up back in the day for disrespecting women the way he does. And then Trump got on Twitter this morning and said some shit like, don't threaten people, you would go down hard, yada, yada, yada. This and
Take
that.
him down.
I think Biden got Trump in a fist fight.
Trump's a big dude.
You think Trump might got it?
Nah, Trump's soft because to me, Trump's a rich kid who's never really been challenged and who's
Never been
always
punched in the face.
But he is from Queens.
Nah.
He is from Queens.
Where's Joe Biden from? The country somewhere, right?
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yo,
Nah.
I don't know.
Joe.
Trump might got Biden, bro.
Nah. Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Scranton, PA,
That motherfucker was throwing haystacks and all kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't know if
he
he's
was
been
in the
scrapping,
field.
bro.
Nah.
Queens?
He got that natural strength.
We're talking about Queens in what era, Chris?
The 40s.
Queens in the 40s?
He's always been a pampered kid, man.
I'm giving Joe Biden that in a fist fight, but I'm just saying, like, that shit, why does that excite us? We know neither one of them is going to fight, yo.
You also don't want a president who's even engaging in this shit.
I've been off
Listen,
that.
the worst
I've
thing
been
that
off
Trump did this week was congratulate Putin. If we're going to talk about shitty Trump things, is congratulate Putin.
That's like Betty White and Judge Judy threatening each other. Like, we're like, all right, and chill out.
Yeah, just eat each other's pussy.
Jesus Christ.
What? Feminism, guys. When you could do whatever you want with your pussy.
Oh, my God.
What? Okay. Guys, it's
but
feminism.
But they don't need men telling them what to do with their pussies, Andrew.
No, they just need a little advice.
Okay? You just told Judge Judy and fucking Betty White to eat each other's pussies.
Yeah, and their butt.
And by the way,
eat some butt.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Yo,
this is how fucked up shit
Charlamagne,
is.
you get your butt ate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo,
let me tell you what's going to happen.
I'm on board.
This podcast going to come out. And Betty White gonna die. and Andrew gonna be like, holy shit.
No, I'm not. Fuck, I am.
All right.
She's 99 years old. I'm gonna treat her just like that rhinoceros. It's like sometimes you gotta go. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, you 1,000. You're not supposed to be around anymore.
Yeah, well, damn, I was about to say, that was the last rhinoceros in the world. That is the last Betty White. Last golden girl.
Bye.
God bless him.
Hey, man, listen, we're making too much a big deal about this rhinoceros, yo. It's too much. Listen, and I was on Instagram talking about this. It's a fucking dinosaur, yo. Look. No, they didn't. They were jerking this fucking rhinoceros off. He wouldn't come inside the girls. The same thing with pandas. You gotta let pandas die, yo.
But why they get the one?
Say what?
Why they get the one?
Because we killed them all. No, because he's got a stone growing out of his face and he's a fucking dinosaur. Yeah, he's a dinosaur. Name one other animal that looks like a fucking...
They were killing them for this fucking shit, their horns.
Son, we've been killing human beings. They killed 6 million Jews. They still around?
But, whoa. All right. Andrew Schultz just jumped the shark. Why? I don't know.
I'm all right with that.
What the fuck? Why?
My point is...
Whoa. No. Listen, stop. Everybody, take a breath.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, you're making it wrong.
No.
Yes, you are. There's nothing wrong with what I said. Jews, Germans tried to exterminate Jews.
The dinosaur.
Okay.
The rhinoceros.
My point is, the rhinoceros, okay, he's a fucking dinosaur. He should have died 65 million years ago with the rest of the dinosaurs. If you look at this rhinoceros, are there any other animals that look like him right now?
Elephants.
They should be gone, too.
Why?
Guys, just because Instagram models take pictures with them when they're in fucking Thailand doesn't mean that they should still be around. They're not equipped for today, the society that we live in today. 99% of animals go extinct. 99%.
Whose fault is it? It's ours.
Y'all do realize we're animals, right?
You realize
I know y'all think
we gonna go
walk
extinct
and talk.
one day.
Exactly.
It's already starting in Sweden.
But that's why it's scary.
Swedish people gonna go extinct first.
But that's why it's scary.
Because they don't have sex with each other. Because of feminism.
But that's why it's scary to see species go extinct. Because eventually it's your turn.
No, because if
that's
you understand science, you understand 99% of species that have ever been on this earth go extinct. It is
human
the natural part of life. Human beings will one day go extinct.
Scary. Like,
listen, were human beings here before?
Yeah.
No, they weren't. We weren't
They
here
weren't?
from the beginning of time. We developed into human
Oh,
beings.
well, yeah,
Do you know
okay.
what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So new things will develop. A new type of rhinoceros will
But
develop.
it's scary. Anytime you have to stare mortality in the face and you know that you're going to die. That's why Malcolm Gladwell and Ryan Holiday and all of these guys say you should embrace the concept of death.
Nothing is, first of all, nothing is completely gone because we can clone any animal. We cloned sheep, we've cloned dogs. Barbara Streisand got 2 of her dogs
You
cloned.
don't want that
if we
either.
If we really wanted more rhinoceri, we would clone them.
You don't want
bitches.
that either.
How you figure?
You know that zombie apocalypse we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's going to come from clones.
Well, I hope
And I
there's
hope
some
they got-
rhinoceros.
and I hope they got a kill
I hope
switch.
y'all happy.
I
I hope y'all happy when the
I hope,
rhinoceros
and I
come
hope
back.
when the clones attack us, I hope they got a kill switch. Shut them motherfuckers right off.
Yo.
All right? That's what I hope.
All I'm saying is some animals are going to go extinct, and it's really not that big a deal. Some animals that do go extinct, it is a big deal, right? Like, we got to worry about plankton.
What is plankton?
Plankton is the shit whales eat. Like that little, you got to worry about top of the food chain, bottom of the food chain. This girl was explaining to me. You got to worry about apex predators like great white sharks, and you got to worry about plankton, which is the stuff in the sea that's like microscopic,
It's like algae. Almost.
like algae almost. But this is what whales eat. This is what so
it's about
many
the ecosystem. If the
Exactly.
ecosystem breaks down, then it all breaks down.
Exactly. So the rhinoceros doesn't affect the ecosystem at all, right? It plays zero part in the ecosystem. If we're going to get sciencey
In
about
and
this,
of
I don't
itself,
want to.
but it represents something else. And the more you let species go away, eventually
you know what
you
it
go-
represents? The fucking dinosaurs that go extinct 65 million years ago. We should be
Why
celebrating.
did dinosaurs go extinct, though?
Because
Does anybody
it
really
was,
know?
It was
They were
time to
smoking
go,
cigarettes.
fam. They were smoking cigs.
Yeah.
No, for real. They were vaping. Listen, what we need to
all
do
I
is
know
this.
is this shit here.
Yeah.
Rhinoceroses go extinct and then this shit emerges. All right?
Good. I'm glad. I don't know what that shit
They say
is.
it's a baby Loch Ness monster. And they say it came up on the sea in motherfucking Georgia. They don't know what it is. They just said it's a mysterious sea creature, but if they had to compare it to something, they're comparing it. You didn't see this?
I saw you sent it to me.
Yeah, this
I
is...
looked at it. What a waste of my goddamn time.
This,
That's fucking garbage.
I don't know.
That's
All I know is
sea
they say it
garbage.
washed out of the sea.
No, that should have been recycled.
All I'm saying is this planet is 72% water. We really don't know what the fuck is down there.
Good.
So I believe in evolution, right? We don't know how many times things have evolved and went extinct under that motherfucking water.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the fuck is happening. The same way that we don't know, we know human beings weren't always here. One day some shit just gonna start walking out the water like, what's up? What's popping?
Good.
What's happening?
Yo, first of all, think about how ballsy that first fish was that just walked on land.
Hey, you never know.
Right?
Because there's a bigger
was like,
fish on its ass. That's why. it
Yo,
walked
for
on the
real.
land.
Word up.
A bigger
I'm
fish
getting the
was
fuck-
chasing
yeah,
it.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yo,
I'm gonna
for
live by-
real.
We might have evolved from fish. I don't fucking know. I don't think. To be honest with you, I don't know why the rhinoceros is a big deal. All I know is it's never a good thing when any
all
species goes
rhinoceroses
extinct.
aren't gone, okay? Just the white ones.
Oh, cool then. Fine.
Yeah, the black rhinoceros
Fuck
is
'em.
thriving.
I don't give a shit. Fuck 'em.
Exactly. So where's the white privilege now?
Maybe that scares
Huh?
white
Woke
people.
Twitter?
By the way,
Huh?
maybe that scares white people. They're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Shit.
Yeah.
It
Wakanda forever, huh? I see how it is.
It really is up. Boy, if the white doves start going, that would be funny if all the white animals start dropping dead first.
Yo, the great white shark is gone, but that black tip shark is still here.
And then white people are like, whoa, wait a minute.
What is happening?
Is there the fucking pattern going on?
Huh? What? Huh?
You never fucking know.
Okay, support for this show comes from Squarespace. There's no more procrastinating. That's a tough word. The time has come for you to start your new business, all right? And it's got to stand out. So make a website with Squarespace. I can't tell you guys enough. If you don't have a website, you don't have a business. It's plain and simple. Imagine someone said, you got to check out my business. And you're like, what is your website? And they said, we don't have one. It doesn't exist. You get yourself a website so you can showcase your work, your blog, or publish content, or even sell products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks.
And it's all optimized for mobile right out of the box. Remember, with Squarespace, there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. All right? Do you have a question? All right, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support is there to help. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial today. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com, offer code IDIOT.
The Views from the Sis Tour continues. I just want to thank everybody who's been coming out to the shows, asking me about the shows. I'm going to be in Toledo, Ohio at the Toledo Funny Bone this Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. I'll be there. Then I'll be at Rochester, the Carlson Comedy Club. I'll be there at April 5th through 7th. Then Gotham Comedy Club the 13th and the 14th for 5 shows. Make sure you get those tickets early. Start getting them early. We're going to have a lot of fun on those shows, man. I'm going to get my boys, all my favorite comics in the city are going to come out, and they're going to, open up for me. So the whole show is going to be hot top to bottom. I mean, last year we had Jerry Seinfeld pull up, so you never know who's going to pull up this year. But then I'm going to be Toronto. I'm going to be there the 15th. That's Sunday, April 15th. So first show sold out. Second show got less than 50 tickets, okay? Less than 50 tickets left. Thank you. Thank you, T. Dot. Views from the Sis is coming to the 6. Let's sell that bitch out. That'd be fucking amazing. Then I got Philly the April 20th and 21st. Shout out to Chris Morrow and his family. Going to pull up, be the conservative contingent, protect me from the goons that want to kill me in Philly still.
Moral pursuit of excellence.
The moral pursuit of excellence. That's what's going to inspire me that evening. Then I'll be in Dallas the 26th to the 27th of April at Hyenas. Then I'm going to be in the 28th. I'll be at Plano. And then I'm going to be in Houston, April 29th, Sunday. Get your tickets, Houston. Pull up. All the tickets available at theandrewschultz.com. I'm also adding a Las Vegas date, May 3rd. And I'm adding a San Francisco date, May 10th through 12th at the Punchline Comedy Club. It's one of my favorite comedy clubs in the country that I wasn't allowed to perform at for like 2 years because I annoyed the booker, but then we patched things up. I'll tell you guys that story another day. But thank you guys so much for supporting this tour, man. This shit has been amazing. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
What you thought about the Austin bombings?
I was just in Austin.
For South by Southwest.
First of all, I was just in Austin, and I just started using Amazon for the first time. I never use Amazon, so
really,
So literally the week that I start getting packages delivered to my house randomly, packages are blowing up.
Why you just start using Amazon?
Son, I'm late with everything, mad late.
So what do you think?
What I think with what?
The bombings.
I thought it was fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's scary. This kid Brendan Sagalow is a comic. He had a funny take on it. He goes, you know what's horrible about this? Like, you know how exciting it is to get a package?
Yeah.
And
I got
so
anxiety.
happy.
Word is born. Like, I think about every day I pull up to my house, there's a package at the front door.
Son.
So I got to warn everybody, even now, because I don't know how many motherfuckers this shit he mailed out or how many copycats there is out there. But, when I saw this shit, Van told me I wasn't taking it that serious. And I'm like, I hate to say it, we live in America.
Yeah.
In order for us to take shit serious, it's got to either be something that we're not used to, like Ebola. Mm-hmm. So when 1 or 2 people get that shit, you're like, holy shit, it's an epidemic. Yep. Or it got to be mass.
Yep.
It ain't get to that level yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got 2 people killed. God bless them. It's fucked up. Another person injured. God bless them. Fucked up.
Yeah.
4th person injured. God bless them. Fucked up. Start getting to 5. You're like, okay, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I'm just desensitized to everything.
Probably.
Like literally, like another school shooting happens, and I'm just like, oh yeah, another school shooting happens.
And they actually killed that shooter. You know why nobody cared about that shooting in Maryland like that?
Why?
Wasn't mass.
You're right. Maybe we need.
Wasn't mass.
You know what it is? It's like drugs. Like initially, you just take 1 hit of weed and you get high. After you start smoking for a while, you need to be smoking all day. So we've become accustomed to this fuck shit.
You don't realize that? Like even in Vegas was some shit we never saw before. The guy hung out the window.
Yeah.
Killed all of these people like it was Vegas at a concert. It was mass. Like,
but even then, people were like, "Well, I ain't going to a country concert."
Yeah, you're right.
It ain't gonna affect me.
You're right.
You know?
You're right.
When that shit happened at Lil Wayne, then we'll talk.
You're right. But I mean, we need a different type of circumstances, and we need mass. Now, the reason that this shit did get a lot of traction is because of the fact it was being mailed. That shit is crazy because we all get packages.
Yeah.
So you don't know who this shit could affect.
Son, all right, this Amazon shit is so fucked. Have you ever not gotten packages from Amazon?
Never. Amazon always is on time.
Okay. You've never had a mistake with your packages?
No.
Nothing. I had 2 packages not come.
Really? What were they?
A pair of sneakers and it's a power cord charger thing.
Oh, somebody stole them shit from you.
Okay. I'm heated.
Somebody stole that
fucking heated, right? Because in my mind, as a delivery boy, just looked around,
chilling,
just shook the package. Ooh, that's heavy. I'm out.
And you probably got your real name on it,
son. Everything.
See what I'm saying?
So they're like Andrew Schultz. They're like, oh, he got some fire coming in. He got some sneaker. Okay, I see this, right? So I call up Amazon, right? I go, and you know what I'm saying? I'm ready for I'm used to New York customer service representatives. I've been going to war with fucking Time Warner, AT&T for years, since I'm 14 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's not some nice lady. It's some bitch from fucking Bushwick that got an attitude. You know what I mean? And it's like, can I help you? And it's like, we're going to fucking fight this out. I call up. I got my lie already ready. I call this lady. I'm like, hey, I'm missing my packages. I'm going to need you to send me my packages. She goes, what's the tracking number? And I go, all right, this is the tracking number. She goes, yeah, it seems like these were delivered. And I go, well, they were not delivered. And then she cuts me off. She goes, yeah, we'll just send you them again. I go, what the fuck did you just say to me? You're not even going to hear my lie? I developed an amazing lie about these packages and why they didn't come here. You're not going to argue with me or nothing? I don't have to threaten to use another service? She goes, no. I go, hypothetically speaking, what happens if those packages that I did order end up coming late? What do I do then? This bitch blows my mind. She goes, well, you could just keep them. I go, are you setting me up, bitch? What the fuck is happening over at Amazon?
Prime, baby.
How much money are y'all making?
Listen,
you just giving free merchandise
you
out to
don't become
people.
a multi-billionaire by doing shitty fucking customer service.
Son.
Amazon, baby.
Unbelievable.
That's all my wife does. That's why, like, when people talk about Toys R Us going bankrupt, I'm like, yes. They didn't evolve with the times. You either evolve or die.
They were a rhinoceros.
Why would I go to Toys R Us?
They were a rhinoceros.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know shit about rhinos.
Them black rhinos out there like Amazon.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you.
The black rhinos just give you their horn.
You know what my knowledge of rhinos stopped?
What's that?
When fucking Rocksteady and Bebop on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Remember one of them mutated into a goddamn rhinoceros?
Yes.
That's all I know about rhinoceroses.
Okay, here's a perfect example.
I don't know shit about rhinoceroses.
Here's a perfect example, right? This is how crazy a rhinoceros looks. Think of the weirdest looking bad guy in any Marvel movie. Is it weirder than a rhinoceros?
I think there might be a rhino in the Marvel. It might be a rhino villain, isn't there?
The only way to make a villain weird is if you make it. The only way to make a villain weird is if you make it a rhinoceros. Thanos looks more normal. If I saw Thanos in the world, I'd be like, ooh, that big ass green motherfucker.
You ain't never seen Rhino. Hold on, let me show you Rhino.
That's what I'm saying. A rhino is the weirdest thing you could imagine. It shouldn't be around anymore.
The only thing I ever think about rhinos is they're gonna take that motherfucking horn and stick it up your goddamn ass.
Son, have you ever seen the bullfighter against the bull?
Yeah.
Did you see that when it went through his neck?
You don't
into
want no
his
problems
mouth?
with the rhino, baby.
Son, let me see this.
That's Marvel. He was in a movie too. The rhino was in one of the Spider-Man movies.
Even this guy right here doesn't look as weird as an actual rhino.
Shit.
An actual rhino.
You'll go to war with him. He got a horn on his head and probably a huge cock.
You haven't seen what? What did you say? Okay. Anyway, so the rhinoceros is.
I don't know shit about rhinos, bro.
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, Amazon.
No, but listen, that's why Toys R Us went out of fucking business.
Yeah.
Why do I have to go to a toy store when I can just open up a catalog, show my kids can pick out the catalog, and Amazon had that shit to me in 2 days?
Let me ask you this.
Only people crying over Toys R Us is old motherfuckers.
Now, here's the question. Chris, you have kids.
Yeah.
Charlamagne, you have kids.
Yes.
Remember when you were a kid walking down the aisles of Toys R Us?
Kids don't care about that shit no more.
That's my question.
You know what kids care about? Flipping through that catalog.
Fair enough.
Just as exciting.
Fair enough. But so I had excitement walking through the aisles and seeing the Lego sets and planning my next Lego set and get the rolling cars, the automatic car, whatever. Mm-hmm. Do kids not experience that?
You can't
yearning anymore.
You can't miss what you didn't have.
Or maybe it's too easy for kids to look at shit. We had to wait for a Sears catalog.
Right.
We had to wait for a Toys R Us.
I think that's what it is.
So they already know what they want. They don't need to go to the store.
No, ToysRUs.com.
And they read reviews, which is the other thing that blows my mind. I'll try to pitch my kids on going somewhere, and they're bringing back Yelp reviews to me and TripAdvisor.
And let's not forget commercials.
At 9 years old, they're saying, we shouldn't go to Antigua.
I was like, do you guys want to go to Hershey Park in Pennsylvania? Because I'm going to try to send my kids down to Pennsylvania. And my daughter comes back to me, well, I read some of the reviews on TripAdvisor, and one woman complained that the tour guide was smelly and it stains on his shirt. I don't know if that's something.
Fortune cookies and doing
I was
magic.
like, these fucking kids are spoiled, man. I was like,
they're
Hershey.
not spoiled, they smart.
Yo, you got some smart-ass fucking kids, Chris.
I don't want my daughters reading reviews and telling me why a trip to Hershey Park is going to suck.
You don't want your daughters using the latest technology? That's what they're doing. All they're doing is using the technology available to their generation.
Think about how sophisticated a decision that is. Kids are supposed to be tricked by images. They just see person on a slide, and they go, I want to go.
I'm trying to get rid of my kids for a week. They have a week off from school.
Listen,
I want them gone,
well,
right? And they're fucking it up by reading the reviews.
You better send them somewhere with some good Yelp reviews, all right? Listen, I'm sitting with my daughter yesterday. I'm laying on the couch. And, we planning our summer vacation. And my wife's picking out the house that we're going to get. And, it was something about a room. And one of the rooms was... It was a room in the gym. There's a gym in the house, but there's a room in the house. And my wife said something about the kids being in there. My daughter goes, I'm not sleeping in a room that's in a gymnasium. What if somebody comes in there and works out early in the morning and disturbs my sleep? She was like, I was just sitting next to you on the computer. This house has 8 bedrooms and I can't get a room? Well, that's not fair. Is it because of my age? Is it because of our age? Because I'm her and my niece? Because we're 9? You can't just treat us any old way because we're 9. I'm like, I ain't even had the script to say shut the fuck up, you spoiled little motherfucker, because that is her life. That is her existence. God bless her.
But we're setting ourselves up, man.
Hey, man.
These kids are going to be monsters by the time they're 15.
Hey, man. You know, I'm sitting there watching my Uncensored special on TV One the other day. And, you know, salute to TV One, by the way, my man Eric and Swirl Films, you know, and my father's on there.
Yo, it was cool seeing your dad. I thought it was Drake's dad.
My father says he wasn't a good drug dealer.
Yo, that shit made
I
me
sold
laugh.
drugs, so I know he wasn't. I'm like, that's how. Think about that. That's how I grew up.
Right.
I grew up with a father who didn't think I was a good drug dealer. He was a good drug dealer. I didn't know what the fuck that I was doing. Okay. So who think I give a fuck if she's complaining about summer vacation and being in the room? Yes, that's where your mind should be, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck, if that's what your mindset is, and that's the least of your concerns, and that's what you're concerned about, do it.
But
Okay?
why are you going to put her in the gym?
I wasn't. I don't know why my wife said that shit. I have no idea.
Is she getting fat?
Bruh, I'm minding my business.
Yeah.
There was a bedroom in the gym. Listen, it's certain things you get out the way. You learn when you learn as a man. Get out the way. I got a house full of women. Like I'm at my daughter is 9 now.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where
This is your punishment.
Yes, I know.
This is your punishment for being such a fuck.
I'm at that point.
Well, what did I do then?
Yo, Chris,
Listen.
you got some shit in your history,
Listen,
bro.
you
you
wanna-
was slaying dick up in that
Andrew-
liberal arts college.
Andrew's gonna have all girls.
I can't wait.
And he's gonna have all girls.
I can't
now,
wait.
One thing that I've learned to
Slapping
do.
dicks out of their mouths.
I gotta stop doing this. You know,
Yeah.
I have to be better.
That dick out of your mouth, Tracy.
You know how you block off your wife? You block out your wife sometimes.
Sure.
You just ignore her, like, hey, this just pay the shit, do it, whatever. Let's do it.
This is called this.
That's it. I'm doing that to my 9-year-old right now.
Right.
So wait,
Right now.
What do you mean?
You hear me?
What do you mean?
Blocking her out, like, oh man.
Okay, so explain how you block out your wife. How does that go?
Same way you block out any woman that won't shut the fuck up.
Right. You just take your dick out?
Shut up.
Wait, what? Wait, y'all do it different? Wait, y'all
Talk
do
about
it
karma,
different?
man. This guy's
Usually that shuts him up.
3 girls.
Minimum.
All with your nose and your attitude. All right? You're going to have 3 girls with your nose and your attitude, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? Yo, watch.
I wish we could fast forward right
Oh,
now.
I can't wait.
Dad, it smells weird in here. Why the fuck I gave you my perfect smelling nose so you can smell all the goddamn smells in this
When
apartment?
I tell you I can't fucking wait.
I look forward to
my
it.
God, I can't wait.
Yo.
But listen, and I'm not blocking her. I don't
Well,
mean,
maybe if these feminists weren't on birth control so much, I'd have some fucking kids by now, yo.
It's coming. It's coming. God got something special planned for you. All right? My 9-year-old and 2-year-old are special. All right? And my 2-year-old, she does not listen. First woman in my life that has never listened to me whatsoever.
2.
Huh?
The 2-year-old or the 9?
What?
The
2.
Yeah.
She ain't listening to nothing, and she's bold with it. Like me and my wife were telling her to do something, and she just look at us like, what's the worst y'all could do to me? All right? I'm serious. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like yesterday, she went in the pantry 6 times. Like walked in the pantry, grabbed a snack. Stop. No, dinner's about to happen. She ain't trying to hear that shit. I told y'all I want a goddamn snack. And she'll do little things. Like she'll walk in and grab 1 Cheeto. Go back in and grab 1 Sun Chip. And if it's something she can't open, she got the audacity to come to us and say, open this for me. I want a snack. I'm like, dude, the fuck is this? To the point where I'm saying to myself, this one right here?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Can't wait to get the brain scan.
That's it. It's like Bernie Mac's niece.
But my
remember?
older daughter spoiled me.
Oh, because she was just so easy.
Exactly. I didn't have a terrible 2. I got a real terrible 2 right now.
Ah, but terrible 2 means good teens.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's what, you want. Like, I was terrible too. Apparently, my mom always said that. She was like, you were terrible when you were 2. I mean, I wouldn't wear anything but Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. We were going to a wedding. It was going to be Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. That's it. I was picky as a kid. Apparently, I wore 3-piece suits to preschool because my dad wore suits. And then all the other kids in the preschool wanted to wear suits. But the second I was out of those 2 to 4 range, she said I was golden.
I can't wait then. I can't wait till August when my daughter's 3. Because this shit is unbelievable. Like
But
last
it might
night,
rock. It might rock for a little bit.
I hope not. Like last night, she sat at dinner, didn't eat her food.
Uh-huh.
Everybody already ate. Somehow convinced her older sister that her older sister wanted cereal. So I'm sitting at the table.
She tricking the oldest.
Yes. So I'm sitting at the table watching my oldest daughter make a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, and I'm like, "You just ate dinner. Why are you making cereal?" So I'm turning to my wife. I'm like, "Why is she making cereal?" I'm like, "Cause she wants cereal." I'm like, "She just had dinner. If it was dessert, I would understand, but she just had dinner. She's eating dinner." I'm like, "So nobody has a problem with this? All right, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and go back to being a man in the house that nobody listens to anymore, right?"
Pretty much.
She pours the bowl of cereal. My little daughter, 2-year-old, is eating the cereal. So I'm just watching. So when I finally get ready to say something, my 2-year-old looks at me and goes, she said my oldest daughter's name and said she finished her cereal. No, she didn't. You did. You sat there and ate the whole bowl. And I'm just sitting there watching like, unfucking believable. We just got finessed by a 2-year-old not to eat her dinner and ate a bowl of cereal. And there's nothing anybody in the house can do about it, especially me, the motherfucking man, who can't do anything in a house full of women, but mine is motherfucking business.
And make the money.
Here's a question.
And make the money.
How much stress is getting them to eat?
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So you let them starve?
Hey, that's you. You'll learn.
At what age, though?
I don't care.
No, and an infant isn't your whole thing about getting them to eat. They need to eat.
Up until 2, you gotta try to train them, and then if they don't use the training, that's my whole thing. I'm like, they'll eat.
Exactly. You'll eat when you're hungry. One thing about life, you gonna eat when you're hungry, okay? She's not poor. Ain't none of y'all poor and disenfranchised. And, it's funny how things transfer to parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I find myself saying, it's kids in Ethiopia who ain't eat.
I ran that the other day.
That's just what the fuck I heard when I was that's just what I heard when I was growing up.
I ran that just the other day.
Yeah, but so now you try to update it. Some kids in Newark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some kids in Newark right now who ain't motherfucking eating. All right? So my oldest daughter, she's like, "What's Newark?" 9. Newark is the town, couple towns over.
But
okay?
does that like a negotiation tactic ever work?
What?
Like saying, there's other people that are doing this, so
No.
you should do it.
No.
But does it work with anything else in life?
Well, no, it's the opposite. It's people
Exactly.
who don't have the blessings that you have. It's people that would eat that shit right now if it was cold, but you don't want to eat it. So it's a kid in Ethiopia right now that would eat that, right? So I don't know what.
But my response to that would be like, well, yeah, because he's hungry.
He hungry. I can eat whenever I want.
I ain't
to.
hungry. Yeah,
Well,
that's why I'm not
That's
eating.
the whole point. You spoiled little motherfuckers.
Yeah, but like if that kid in Ethiopia had all the food and you were like, yo, you got to eat,
I know what
he'd probably be like, nah, I'm good.
Next snowstorm, I'm taking all the food and hiding in the basement. Everything. Food desert in the kitchen. I'm going to take everything out the refrigerator and everything out the pantry just to teach them a motherfucking lesson.
What lesson?
The lesson is eat when you fucking got food on the table.
But shouldn't you eat when you're hungry? Why should we eat when there's food on the table?
That's another
Shouldn't
good
you
point,
only eat when you're hungry? This is what I don't get. Like we use that excuse. We use the Ethiopian excuse, the Somalian excuse, but like those people are starving. Of course they'd eat whenever.
But if dinner time is every day at 7 o'clock, shouldn't your body be I know for me, I get hungry around 6, 7 o'clock because I know that's dinner time.
No, it's because my daughter does the same thing. She goes in the cupboard, she sneaks out bars, she eats them in her room,
eating all day.
and then she hides them under her pillow, the wrapper, so we don't see the trash
you
around
got some
the house.
smart ass kids, Chris.
So I'll go in at night to kiss her goodnight, and I'll just kind of slide my hand under the pillow while I'm talking to her, and I'll pull out 4 or 5 wrappers. So when
That's why she wasn't hungry.
when it's time for dinner, they're like, "I'm not hungry." But you don't want to train someone just to eat bars because bars aren't nutritious. You want them to eat the vegetables and the proteins and all that sort of shit. So it's
not about eat your dinner. It's
discipline.
About don't eat snacks.
It's discipline.
Yeah, but maybe if you fed them earlier, they wouldn't be so starving that they had to eat bars all day.
But it's about fuel. That's true too. Maybe we do space out these meals too far.
I ate my dinner with my family every single night around 5:30.
We about 6.
Yeah, because that's the day in my house. That's because the evening news comes on at 6. So
my mom had to go to work at night, so that's why we ate. When my dad came home from work and before my mom went to work.
That's the other thing. When I grew up, it was the same thing. The family ate dinner together.
We definitely do that.
Every single
do that?
night.
See, that's out the window. We don't even.
No, we
don't
definitely
even
do
Son,
try
you got to do
that.
it. You got to do it because
Too hard.
I'll tell you one thing. And maybe it's not every night, but I'll tell you one thing. My parents knew intimate details about my life because of those dinners, and I felt like they were really invested in my lives because of those dinners.
Sure.
Yes.
And
that's when you
that
catch up.
changes everything.
That's when you catch
find,
up.
hey, what are you doing? What's going on? This, that, the other. When you're not eating dinner with them, I assume they start to get this feeling of how you going to discipline me and tell me to do my homework when you don't even know what projects I got
Word
going on.
is
You know,
yeah.
You're not even part of my life.
They don't even. My kids don't eat dinner together. One takes their plate and goes in one room. The other one
Oh, no,
takes
you
their
got to nip
plate
that
and
in the
goes
bud.
the other.
Nah, you got to nip that in the bud.
No,
You got to
no,
micromanage the situation. That sitting at that dinner table is when you get the daily download
That's it.
from everybody.
And
No.
it's 1 hour. I mean, think about this. Like my parents, I didn't spend a lot of time with both of my parents together because my mom worked
Right.
and my dad, they worked tirelessly. But there was an hour that we sat together every single night. And you develop confidence like that. Like they just wanted to listen to me say things. And I think the idea that what I say is important was developed at those dinners.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Because so many people have no confidence talking in front of people because they never developed this idea that what they say
That's a fact.
is listened to and important. You listen to your kids.
I had to. My father every night start off dinner the same way. What have you? Me and my sister. What have you done today in the moral pursuit of excellence?
Yeah, what'd you
Every
in the moral
pursuit of excellence. Every
Hot.
dinner started off that way, and you'd be like, "Well, I blah 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 blah," and they'd be like, "Okay, Susie, my sister, what'd you do?" Every day, you had to report to my father. This is what I did in the moral
That's
pursuit of
real.
excellence.
I do the same thing. Like I asked my daughter, I said, "What'd you do today?" You can't tell me nothing. What'd you learn at school today?
Nothing.
Nothing. You can, no, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
At least you better have something. And to me, that keeps
Private
her.
school is $20 grand a year.
You goddamn
Better
right.
learn
20,
some
30.
shit.
20,
30?
45. You want to try 45? 45.
All that N-word shit went out the window.
Cost to send these little niggas to school. You hear me? All right. Listen. So I asked her that. You can't tell me nothing because I need
Right.
to know what you learned, and I feel like that triggers her to actually learn because she know I can't go home and say I didn't learn anything.
Yes.
And you can't just tell me, well, I learned this in math. What exactly did you know? I need to break down, baby.
And you can't fail a test because I'm going to ask you about that test. And I knew you had a test.
Yeah.
And guess what? How'd your test go? That's what you're going to hear later that night at dinner.
Yeah.
How'd your midterm go? Let me see your report card, all that shit. The more as I look back at my life and I look at the little things that have created who I am,
molds you.
it's that
You
fucking
goddamn right.
dinner. If I hope my schedule allows it. You know, it's tough. I'll be on the road. I do comedy. I'm sure you're on the road. You can't go to every single dinner. But I hope it allows this time where I can reflect
Them
with
girls
my
that
kids.
you having
man.
ain't gonna listen to you.
Right.
They're gonna be just like you.
I'm gonna sit there and say, "What? Yeah."
They don't want to hear shit you got to say. You'll see. You watch. They're gonna be like, "Daddy wants his credit. Don't give him his credit."
Didn't I tell you to try out for band?
Yeah.
Now you're the lead trombone player. Wasn't I the one who told you? Whatever, Daddy.
Watch. All right. I think that's it, man.
Well, we got a Squarespace.
We put that in.
We'll
there.
put it in.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Listen. That's it. Go to brilliantidiotsmerch.com.
Yes, Brilliant
Order
Idiots
some
merch.
Brilliant Idiots merchandise. I want to tell you that Black Privilege will be out in paperback April 24th. April 24th. Yes. Hard at work on my second book as well. That'll be out in October.
Oh my God.
So yeah, thank you, man. All right. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right.